Our coat of many colors must not be torn asunder. That is what our enemies would prefer. Each and every person who benefits from the ruination of Nigeria is an enemy of Nigerians. Usually, they distract us. They use religion, they use ethnicity, they use politics, partisanship. But we're part of the same tapestry, we're part of the same cloth, and we mustn't tear it apart. Yes, I would love to tear apart the iniquitous Nigeria that has held all of us hostage, but I don't want to tear my country apart. I want to tear down the evil system that permits the evil that has overtaken our country. I don't want to tear the fabric apart. No, it's the system. What combines together is the fabric. It's got a coat of many colors, yes, but it becomes a coat only because the fabric was stitched together. It wasn't batik. It's not batik, it's not tie and dye. It's a patchwork of different colors. You have diversity, but it only becomes strength when you find common purpose, when you're all pulling in the same direction. The Nigerian in the northern part of Nigeria must want the rule of law. The Nigerian in the southern part of Nigeria must want the rule of law. Because what ails you as Mustafa ails Amechi. The same thing is disturbing Olakunle. Nodu is afflicted by the same. The future must hold a Nigeria that is accountable to law, both by persons and by institutions of state. We are more than them. We are by far more than them. Good morning in a new Nigeria is what we need to be saying to ourselves.
I think Mr. Moka is playing a script. He's possibly trying to impress his masters because he was talking about P2B's achievement in Anambra State. I think he has to go back and read properly before, tempering to address P2B's performance in Anambra State. But first of all, we have to warn Mr. Walker, or whatever he calls himself.
Felix Walker.
Prince Walker. Obedience are very patient people. We are wounded in 2023 and we accepted it, and we kind of accepted our principal's plea for us to be calm. But let him be warned that anarchy is at the corner. By the time he starts to threaten P2B, he has no right to come and speak the way he's speaking. P2B is a decent man. In fact, Obedients are angry with P2B.
Okay, let's talk about what Peter Obi has said, right? He's expressing concerns about Nigeria transforming into what he calls an authoritarian and repressive regime. Do you share his view?
Well, P2B as an opposition leader, you are not expecting P2B to come and say hallelujah songs to the government. The government is practically not doing what it promised the Nigerian people. And there has to be someone speaking here. In civilized countries, they face themselves and they spill all these things face to face. Is it because our democracy is for dragging? You should be able to accept criticism. And I have not seen anything P2B has said that is too bitter for anyone to accommodate. P2B has done a fantastic job of being an opposition with concern about the Nigerian people. We are calling on the APC government to call Prince Moka to order. He has to withdraw his statement. In fact, he should be arrested for calling, threatening the opposition that he has crossed. Which line did he cross? We are telling the government what they ought to do for the Nigerian people to leave. People are dying of stampede. People are hungry. The transportation system is not working. Bad roads everywhere. The hospitals have no equipment. So
sitting under their powers, every recommendation they make is advisory. There is no conclusion or resolution of the National Economic Council that binds the president. Just like the way special advisor will advise the president. And your duties stop when the advice is given. He must not follow your advice, that you make available your opinion regarding a matter. So when we don't understand that, that's where we begin to have a problem, where you have manipulation. The Economic Council consisting of the governors. How many governors do we have in Nigeria? There are 36, right? Probably if you add the FCT minister, there are 37. How many population of Nigerians do we have? Over 220 million.
But these are representatives of the people, right?
Yes, but we have seen also how states are governed, with laws and bills that are antithetical to the people, and without mentioning a particular state. For example, I can give you an example of a state that I know in Nigeria that collect heavy tax on keke nape people. And the tax they collect from the people, if you subtract it from what the people earn, it is more or less like you're working as a slave. What's the difference between that taxation and the fears that you have about the tax system at the federal level?
Yeah, you are correct. Okay, it's advisory. The president doesn't have to take the advice. However, for something such as this, this is one of the, big policies that would make a big impact on the country. So you want to see the president as being someone that listens. And the tax reform bill is an executive bill, and the vice president presided over the NEC meeting that requested it be withdrawn. Will you then say that the president and the vice president are not on the same page? Because
not really.
There's also...
So you can preside over a meeting that will arrive at a conclusion, and it is not suggestive that you led the resolution. Of course, if you study corporate governance, you know that board meetings and resolution are arrived at by popular votes. When majority of the people agree to go this way, even you who is presiding, if you're going the other way, it means you have to follow the majority. So it would be wrong to conclude that because the council or the advisory council met and they arrived at something, that it is suggestive that the vice president made them arrive at that. That's one. Number two, Section 5 of the Constitution says the executive powers of the Federation lies in the president. The entire executive powers, which is executing the laws of Nigeria and administering the government of the Federation. But in that Section 5, it says he exercised that power either by himself or through the vice president or to the ministers of the government of the Federation or other officers. So the power lies in him. And he can tell you, do it for me, this other one, do it, right? That's one side. The second side, and which is the argument of the president, is don't throw the baby with the bad water. So the conclusion of the council is suggestive of throw the baby with the bad water, because they said withdraw it for consultation. No, it should have been this bill should now be subjected to deliberation. So the president's reaction to that is he said, no, take it to the National Assembly. Our own side as executive is to sponsor a bill. But the law recognizes a body in Nigeria that deliberate and they make the laws. So ultimately, at the end of the day, we will arrive at that.
I need all of you to know is this: I am not unmindful of the sacrifices that you have made to be here today. May the grace of God find and locate you wherever you are. It is not ever an easy journey when you are fighting evil. At all. But some years back, before I started this work, God told me very clearly, and I heard it very clearly. He says, once have I spoken. Once has he spoken, twice have I heard. He says, the truth is enough. It is the only weapon by which you can slay the monster called Nigeria. The truth, nothing else. In my public advocacy, in my fight and my wars against this evil empire that we all live in, I have never lied against anyone. If I don't know, I'll say I don't know. That's true.
The captain, Ghana United.
The captain, Ghana United, Suleiman Damba.
I am a goalkeeper, Stephen Joseph.
Last Hamza Abubakar. My name is Julie James.
My name is Shadra Hassan, Ghana United goal machine.
My name is Amanjura Usman.
My name is Yusha Ismail Muhammad Kopa, a co-member.
Shaya Abraham. Enoch Edison.
Let's put our hands together for Daddy. Our president, President Waziri yana da wato asali already because the
Hello. Abeg, if you are there and you can hear me, please show me some sign. According to DMX, I need a sign. Because bless say, what's I be the talk before it wasn't coming out. Only the video that I'm playing that is coming out. So if you can hear me, I think I have about 8 people there watching. If you can hear me, please show me a sign. If you are there, show me a sign. How's that? Bless it. Bless it, they work at least. If I'm not mistaken. I think I can be heard now. All right, at the Ekusumba, Eshe. Yes, I said today conversation is will be centered around the evolution of the obedient movement. Because if we want to go by Reno submission, even though as a political jobber, not really they take anything we into like seriously, but because of the position that is playing in terms of the political space as a former spokesperson to President Goodluck Jonathan, and I understand that one of the propaganda arms of the political elite. So his submission is that the Obidient is now the major political party or political force in Nigeria. And he followed by giving reason why he's leaving Atiku, why he left Atiku for Tinubu. Now, let's push every other reason that might follow it aside and just focus on that singular statement that the Obedients are now the political force or opposition to reckon with. It's interesting because if fast forward to the conception of the Obedience, if we want to go back to the Genesis, right, which is not long ago, you understand that regardless of whoever that statement is coming from, whether I agree with that person or disagree with, there's something to to hold on to there. That either you disagree or agree with them, you cannot disagree with the fact that at the inception of the Obedience, they were regarded as just four people who were tweeting in a room. Four individuals tweeting in a room as they dare to dream. To a movement that has shaken the very foundation of Nigerian politics. Anywhere you go now, you will understand that there's obedience. And that's what I keep saying. As we move on, when Tinubu is getting out of the conversation, and I am predicting that both Tinubu and Atiku will cease to, well, I won't say they will cease to be relevant. They will bow out at the same time. One cannot help to say that Obi will not just be the most dominant politician, but he will be the most popular politician going forward. We will have, and I'm not, when I say going forward, beyond 2031, 2035, 2039, for the next 20 years, Obi will be in our consciousness, politically speaking, if not 30 years. I'm saying that because we are moving to an era whereby we will have a man that will dominate the consciousness of at least three solid generations. Three solid generations. And the list of those generations who are the Zoomers, who will come of age of voting with Obi as the superstar that everybody talked about around them. Their senior brother, their uncle, their father, and even their grandfather that just passed. So how do you do with that? Because these Zoomers, at least they get another 30 to 40, that's another two generations to be here as in politically active. Regardless of how the elites plan for them to make them irrelevant economically and politically speaking, because the one thing that these three generations are going to have in common is that we're going to have a three generations they don't have political power, and economically they are nowhere to be found. So that's one thing they will have in common. So we have majority of them will be living below poverty. That's why I say, as we go on to 2050, 2060, 2070, Nigeria will contributed to that generation that they call useless generation, a group of generation that are smart, educated, healthy, but there's nothing for them to do because the competitions they will be facing is beyond, by every standard, they cannot compete with AI or robot out there. So that is something that these three generations have in common. And Obi message is already centered around that things can be changed. The level of poverty we are experiencing is due to the fact that the leaders we have are incompetent. Not just they are incompetent, they are outdated. And that message will be here for long, as far as the level of poverty will keep increasing. And again, these are the center of why the northern elite are acting the way they're acting towards the bill. And if you pay attention again, we hear another voice out there that's saying that it's not even Obidient or PDP are the major political force of the opposition, is the northern leader. But I disagree with that. The northern elite, they are at the point they were when Obasanjo took over power in 1999. And the only way they could react to that fear of being dominated politically speaking is to go the Sharia route. At least we will hold this state strong. Even though we are going to lose the control of every other thing regarding to whatever the agenda they have. So they are at that point again whereby they foresee a situation whereby they might be out of power at the center for at least for 16 years. For 16 years, if Bola Tinubu did 8 years and the rate that the Obidient movement is going, I don't know how anybody want to be going forward. The popularity will just be unbearable, especially with the revolution that we are in right now, which is the information revolution. Is everywhere. The ability for the power that be to control what come out from the obedient camp or what it's they've lost that control. They've lost, they've lost the control. So the political situation, the political scene in Nigeria, by the time we go through this decade, Nigeria will not remain the same again. Economically, physically, however you want to see it, it will not remain the same again. Because I foresee one or two regions going the extra mile just to see if they can conquer that fear that they think is coming. So interesting times ahead. And now I think the with the response of APC, I think they are coming to that realization that it's like we are bossing ourselves to a corner. The way we react to obese, it should be very, very sorry for that. Very, very measured at this point. Because just as I was trying to tell Adewale 2 days ago, that take Tinubu out of the equation in terms of how those in power carry themselves, the way they speak, how they live their life. Let's take Tinubu out of the question, which I believe is not doing bad. But as in compared to what the expectation was, that if this man get to power, well, in a way, yes, in terms of how he spends on how one cannot score him high on that side, but the way he actually carrying himself compared to those around him, it's nothing to write home about. So however you criticize this government, you are right. Now what make them the verse, the way Obite come out be that. So going forward now, they go to measure how they respond to Obi. But it has become obvious that they cannot ignore him anymore. They try at the beginning. If you remember when this administration come into power, they no really did respond to Obi like that. They were focusing on Atiku. But now now they've succeeded. I don't know how they go on the ground, but I think the job of fighting Atiku directly has either been contracted out to the Konkoso arms of the elite, or on their own they've taken upon themselves because they know the man, the Atiku, is a stubborn block. But yesterday, I was talking about how the men in power now have held Nigeria for at least 70 years in independence. Right? As soon as they take they will overthrow the guys that got us independent, they are now those same generation still in power. These men got into power in their late 20s, early 30s, and early 40s, late 30s and early 40s. They are still there. 40 years, almost 60. They are in control for what, 40 straight years going. So because of that, it has eaten into the age of the obese, the concosos, the Erufai and the rest. So, which are next in line. Now, how long will they hold on to power if the battle, if they rescue the power from the older guys? Is the question now. So that's why 2027 election it will be competitive because they will make attempts. That attempt will define what 2031 will be. If they will get it naturally, or the men will still conspire against them and bring their sewage. So naturally, those guys will fight Atiku off. So that's why the APC government cannot afford to just look away again, especially when things are not good. People don't understand that as soon as the tax bill pass, guy, Nigeria's situation go worse. You go enter another level. When people don't understand what is coming, it go worse. It go worse. It all depends on how everything pan out. But it's not going to get better. So for that reason, Obi voice will be resonating more and more with the people, because the level of administration will just increase. People, the poor lifestyle will change. That, and Obi is not somebody who is forceful. That's why you have to actually study his emotional and the ability to actually tap into the average Nigerian's emotion. And it comes from his experience in a trade, according to Ram. That comes with a lot of negotiation and talking to the people at every stage. So he knows that. So now the problem before APC is that how do we respond? Because we can't keep ignoring this man. It's not just him now. I mean, I think I've done my best to try and draw the importance of Dele Farotimi's ordeal towards the end of the year. So how do you fight these two forces? Because the man is still speaking, no matter how he speaks, even though he's calling for unity and all that kind of a shit. But it's resonating with a lot of people, because now everybody I don't clear now. The renew hope is not going to be renewed, or it has been renewed, but not to the direction that everybody wants, or to the poor. No, it's renewed for the men in power. They're back again in terms of making money, especially within the West and the Southern region. It's time to level up with the Northern billionaires for the sake of the competition ahead. I beg, wanna like, share, and subscribe. See about 90 people. Like, share, and subscribe so that so I don't get money to give me. Like, share, and subscribe. But again, another aspect of this is how we did not, because whatever is going on, either tear them apart or bring them together. Politically speaking, tear them apart is in the sense that how I mean, I don't know how to put this, that they don't necessarily want Atiku. When I meet them, they core northern power decide that not really want him. But he is the man right now. How you want to do him? How do you walk against him to a point that you know go offend them? Even though he no go do anything, but there is a way you will push him out that it will make the other opponent to say, come on. Nah. These people have a different motive that we don't know. So let's do the other way around. So there is they are trading on a very in the highs and the I mean, how to put that, in a very thin line between having a consensus that will project their power and their interest going forward without any kind of crack that will expose them to, to their weaknesses, and how do we achieve that with the candidate that we want? If you build a consensus around a person like Atiku, how many years you will give him, even though you win? Because the northern elite nightmare is to see somebody from the south becoming the president, especially somebody like Obi that they can't in a way relate to, politically speaking. This is a man who was born after, well, maybe during the Civil War, but he never fought the Civil War. Still young, but you understand what went down. So I think how are they going to tread that line? How do we make sure anybody from the Saudis or will be never become president within the next 12, as in foreseeable future? But at the same time, how do we do that without actually annihilating somebody like Dandetejo, that is the article, who is the most popular, who has built his political... I mean, they can easily walk around him. That easy. I mean, they've been doing it over and over and over again. But at this point in time, at this point in history, it will have a repercussion. Just like they could not skip the Democrat could not skip Kamala Harris, right? So how are the northern elite going to skip Atiku without having the repercussion at this point? Because there's somebody on the side, which is Obi, that is their nightmare. And Obi come to prominence without their own pretty much power. Say, okay, now we build power around that now. You know what I mean? People like them, Rochas Okorocha and the rest. So in a way, if Obi even become president today, they will have little or no influence at all. Especially when America, I mean, their blood is hot. They don't want to play with anything that already in under their control. The least we go happen now to lose Nigeria to China or any other one. I mean, not at this point. So the more they react to Obi, the more the more it brings them together, because the obedience as we know it, just like Mr. Chris was saying in that clip, that they are wounded. A lot of them have given up. A lot of them are saying, how do we get back? A lot of them say, okay, Obi. But gradually, they are finding a reason to regroup again with that same energy that founded them. So how you treat any member now can only bring them together. You might succeed, just like we did it to me. You arrested him, you jailed him for like 3 weeks. Congratulations. But the offshoot of that is that these people have found their mojo again. Not just at the top, but even on the street. Now, Obi come out and just say, this is my observation, my people, but there is hope. This is possible. A new Nigeria is possible. That's basically what his message is to his young followers. The response to that, now, again, reinforcing that, bring them together. So the power that be at this point, who are the other side of Obi camp, they get problem for their hand. How do we keep the obedient relevant at the same time take Atiku out of the game? That's the fight before the old guys, to put an image to it. You can't keep ignoring Obidient, because Obi is not going to shut up. He doesn't have any reason to shut up. Everybody's expecting him to keep speaking up, because at this point, he renew hope. It's as if he only renew for the few. So he can't shut up, even if you want to shut up. So you go after, you succeeded in taking out the weakest links among the Obidient. As far as I'm concerned, all those elected officials who are the campaign, these are the weakest link. People like Kenneth Okonkwo, he can be forgiven, but he's one of the weakest links. you know. But the strongest ones find a way to. So the more you attack, I mean, who they won't go after again? We go. They won't go after Asha. That would be a different ball game entirely. Maybe that one goes out. That one will awaken the animosity within the women, within the obedient. Which, as far as I'm concerned, I think they can do. I think at this point they should separate their voice from the crowd. There's a reason why the women of the obedient wing should form a different movement within the movement. Not because the empower they are not giving chance or no. There's a reason why. Because at this point, you have to keep the opposition busy in more than one front. Right? They have succeeded in destroying the Labour Party, quote unquote, right? Still relevant to the conversation. Another that is not there, it's still there, be still operating within the bots. They've succeeded in infiltrating that side. They've taken out one or two big soldiers. They've pretty much eaten up all the elected officials from the Labour Party. So now only one front in the get now, which is the OB himself, right? Because they went for the movement himself. They were able to frustrate Kenneth Okonkwo, frustrate the other woman, frustrate some few other people, but they met their Waterloo with Dele Farotimi, which in this place pretty much bring those dead ones back again to the conversation. Now OB straight. So at this point, there's a need for them to strategize. The women front should come out. How you go to attack women? Good luck. Good luck. So if the women keep joining their force with the young people and men within the movement, forming a one front, they go there easy to they attack them in a way. But split the game now, right? Now one go, we are going the same thing. We have the same energy, the same thing. But let's take the message. Let's split the message in two folks. Let the women go. Not them go, but let them form a formidable front that, in fact, you can't even how you go to attack when Nigeria would they when all the major political force the major institution that held society together are against women. I'm talking about all our religions put women last, all our tradition put women last, political system put women last. So to attack them it's not going to be a new thing in the Nigerian space, but at the times that we're in now, it's going to be they will be very careful. So the women week should form a charter that way. I mean, form a national movement within the obedient movement. Since I don't see anybody decide to say, you know what, I want to form a university or a young woman within the obedient movement. The intellectuals and the few ones that hold head sways in terms of economies are not doing anything. They always read their ugly voice when Obi break silly, when Obi do something worth fighting for. Or when that should not be the game. That should not be the game. You are in a position now to to keep the opposition passing, give them sleepless night. My comment section on full. Let's see what you got there. AB, welcome. Why are you people so obsessed with the North? The North is not another country. I have said it severally. Article is so overrated. You know they understand. Understand the idea of the North. we are speaking in political terms here. You understand? There's something like the North. No, don't fuck around. Now, identity politics they play. Any go even up to the America. There's a reason we have Black America, African America, Indian America, all those kind of things. It's a political convenience, but it has a deeper meaning to that. So the idea is all of this. I don't even know where this is coming from. Self, I see a Buba Galadima myself. They want about it. Don't see another governor. Like since when? Now lie. There is something called the North. There is something called the South. All these things. No matter how you want to play them, there's something like that. Atiku is not overrated. If Atiku is overrated, now for don't finish and since. I'm telling you, now for don't finish and since. It's not overrated. I mean, now politics with the talk here. He's there. There's a reason wicked turn madman all of a sudden, politically speaking. There's a reason Kongozo is speaking the way he's speaking. Okay? So if you underrate him, now at your own peril, it's not, can never be underrated. I'll be overrated, I should put it. If Tinubu lost in 2030, if Tinubu lost until 2031, then turn by, I don't get you. If Tinubu lost in 2031, then turn by FC might be over. Because the political space might be dominated with citizen-born post 1960. I see that part, but I don't understand the first part. If Tinubu lost when? 2027? What are you trying to say, Abi? So that only the middle belt could make Atiku the president if the vote in mass for him, but the middle belt will not follow some northerners in totality. They have been shortchanged by the main north. I seriously don't get. I know that, like, you making sense to me now. It's not that I know. You say if Tinubu last, I been lost until 2030. I mean, what does that even mean? If Tinubu lost until 2031, I mean, see, I don't know that. Maybe that's not what you are trying to say. But what is it that you are trying to say when you say if Tinubu lost until 2031? He lost, no loss, so Tinubu will be gone after by everything finished after 2027 election. If he win, he ends the presidency in 2031. So I don't get what you are trying to say there. Then turn by turn FC na gentleman agreement. Right, turn by turn FC makes sense when people like Obi no day. Because right now there's only Obi in the whole southwest after Tinubu. I know you still not get what I'm saying. I don't understand. Not that I disagree or I no agree. I don't like what means what you are trying to see. Rephrase it maybe or make me understand. You are thinking as if I'm disagreeing with you. I don't. What does it mean if Tinubu lasts until 2033? So if he lasts until 2033, which is the conversation all along, then turn by turn VST might be over. Now you will know they follow my conversation at this point. What do you think I'm shouting I'm obedient for the first place? It is because what that is going to mean by 2031. So that's why I'm finding it difficult because I'm saying the same thing that you are saying, but in a way, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I said. That we are going to have you. If you maybe I don't know when you join. When you say that the political state will be dominated by citizen born post 1960, that's why I say you are going to have 3 generations who are going to have the same fate. My brother, I don't know why they. I know. What do you think I've been saying all along? Eh? Let's pay attention. Well, you go understand my. But this one again, only the middle belts could make Atiku the president. Now that one I go drag one. Make I light up my ego. Because I don't understand what you mean there, man. My light up. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. So if the middle belt if they vote in the mass for him, but the middle belt will not follow some northerners in totality, they have been Yeah, but the middle belt issue now, say, no be only the northern. No, Atiku problem for middle belt, no be only from the north, the northern outside, the aspect alone. Obi say, in get Obi problem for middle belt. You understand? Him, Obi actually get a lot of votes within the middle belt. So that's a problem for Atiku too. You are in the same lane now, AB. Maybe waiting make you they come here with that. Yeah, maybe not because you join. And that's the point I've been trying to make since that this idea of turn by turn is going to have a serious issue at the end of. And again, I think I use why the northern elites are doing what they are doing regarding the tax. It's just they are just trying to get as much as they can to put them in a position where they have to. If the northern elite wish there would not be Obi in the equation come 3031, that they don't have to face somebody like Obi, because Obi popularity is growing by the freaking day. In two folks, no politician now go raise up here for southeast, southwest. They won't become president. I mean, they can. I'm not saying that, but I'm sorry. Obi has put himself up there for everybody. So, and again, that's why I say, even the younger ones to come, the only thing that we know is Obi, which is exactly what is happening in America. Trump will be in their subconscious for at least for another 20 freaking years. Whether they like it or not, because of the generation. I mean, just imagine for the past 10 years. It's all Trump. So after all the propaganda that was thrown at him could not work. So Atiku out of the picture come 2031. Even if Atiku is in the picture 2031, the age factor that Kunkuzu had just put forward into the rhetoric will work against him. So what are you going to throw at Obi at that point? You won't kill him? Good luck. So we are aging towards Nigeria will not be the same again. Me know that one. Like literally, however, economically, physically, agreement will be redrawn. The way it is, they go. And all. It's not how you want to spin the narrative without Obidient being at the front of it. So you get where the thing will reach. Bola Tinubu no go attack Obi and Obidient again. The attack will be coming from politically attack now they talk. Maybe a year that attack. It will be coming from the north. Because and then the idea of Obi Nam, the main opposition, is a blow before the northern space. I'm waiting the no one here be that. Now, I'm speaking in political terms here. Maybe we know the thoughts say not. Get time why they speak for the north too. You know, why you begin speaking hate that? No, I'm a political analyst. I speak on that term and term a lot. So the idea that Obidient is now the new political force is a big blow to the northern political entity. Because I don't think there's any, well, maybe during the Zeke and all that, we are gradually going to a situation whereby even the whole South will be united under Obi come 2031. That's where the country is, and I like it that way. I'm that person that always say that for the country to get serious, we need two opposing party. Either I come from north against the south, politically speaking, or religious level, because that's who we are. And by the time we tailor our political competition along that line, maybe the poor people will get something. So ABC, that is what I am telling you, Ovi. From 2031, then the situation might change, and it might be all about the candidate and not where he or she is from. Also, it depends on how successful Tinubu is. No. I agree with you. Sorry, I totally agree with you. But I don't know why would they always talk about success of Tinubu, either the president succeed or not succeed. I don't think that determines anybody's vote at this point. We should all know that, right? Yeah, so it doesn't matter how Tinubu, how well he did, or how well he does, or how well he's going to do. Come 2031, the conversation will not be tailored around, just as you put it, either a political party. It is going to be heavily be on the personality. But of course, that is generally on that's for the people to chew. But those that determine who sits in Asu Rock or anywhere else, when as far as power is concerned, don't really care what the people think in a way. They can tailor the whole thing along what the people want. And at the end of the day, it's still their win. So, but Obi cannot be overlooked. And I don't know how they would, in fact, maybe they even put an turn by turn. Let them go with that. I don't know how you want it, because this Fourth Republic started in 1999. It's 25 years. By 2031, outside Atiku, Obi would be the only person in history, right, that is in the conscious of the people for at least solid straight 10 years. Maybe somebody can say Buhari, then, but at the end of the day, waiting Buhari will turn to victory. So now be nine they follow that logic they come. Even their style is different. So since the day Buhari launched into presidential politics, he's been there. And he's been maintaining the same numbers. However you will agree or disagree with that number. So by 2031, now after Tinubu will be gone. And I don't know why they not want to risk it to give it to Atiku because of his age. Then Obi will be the person. How do you beat another celebrity that will beat that will beat Obi, because now celebrity status will be on the carry they go so. Celebrity status. In a game of popularity contest, having a celebrity status help. Trump is a prime example. Trump was on national television for at least 30 years. Now, what people know understand me that it isn't just he just come from business world. No, he was a celebrity. So yes, Obidient is the new political opposition party, not just to Bola Tinubu administration, but every other political entity out there that yield power. I beg. Now there are plenty they listen to me today, so anybody who want come, may come. The link will be there, but most importantly, I beg, wanna like, share, and subscribe. That's all I ask of you, so that we can move the country forward together. But if na leave am for only me, yeah. I go also. So we are talking about the pretty much the evolution of obedience, starting by 4 jobless individuals sitting in the room, And today, they are now the major opposition party. A country who house two of the biggest political parties in the continent, to have a group of jobless individuals within the space of 3-4 years put a formidable movement that now I'm seen as a major opposition force to the most powerful government in Africa. My brother, I'll smoke one to that. It's necessary. Why important? What a way to start 2025, though. I see they laugh. So that's why we thought 23 after 2023 they gave up. Nobody could care about 2027 election again. Everybody, I said, I'm not gonna shut up. It's not up to you to determine which election you are gonna fuck with or not. These people who run who run things, they go put you hard by force. You go spend the money where you don't want to spend there for the election that is ahead of you. So if I'm in a position to be an obedient strategist with the resources on my hand, not to enter, not to find a way, just as what I said in my on my caption, right? Be the change, be obedient. If I'm in the obedient family now with the movement where I will start under the OB umbrella with that. Started to go, the target is to go after the secondary school students. Because now then go be the base of the obedience come 2031. The Gen Z of today, they will be in a leadership position. Because that's how it's supposed to be. The Gen Z of today, who are pretty much the pioneers of this movement, to assume the position of a regional, local government leadership of the structure, right? If you start forming government within every local government along the obedient, shadow government, how do you want your local government to be? Who do you want it to run there? So if I'm in a position to go to run with that kind of movement, what I would do is that any town or any local government I go, all I need is to identify potential community voice who can build the Nigerian that we want to see tomorrow, which is all wove around be the change, be obedient, right? You build the structure around the voice around there. You form leadership structure, right? There, they should be meeting every now and then. And to just, go on and on and on. Anywhere you go, like you are going to all these prominent faces, you go to their town, you invite them to come and be the speakers, and just on and on. That's it. How many? Where the government will they confuse? You want to the attack will be keep attacking will be why the women wing are on the mission, making sure all the women in the 3 out of every 5 women on the street won't change. And the easiest way to be changed is to be obedient. Not necessarily because of Obi, because of the values and what he stands for. They go tire. As now waiting the Republic and Donald Trump they do with that. They go tire. If you pay attention to the fight where they go on within the MAGA now between the Elon Musk and the Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon, the red will come. You guys are new converts. We respect you guys. We respect what you bring to the table. That's why you have a seat on the table. But there's a history here. Sit down and learn. But the most important thing is that they form different faces within the MAGA movement. Since Trump has become their darling, you can attack him all you want, right? He's a strong man. He will survive, and if he survives, this organization that we are floating will survive. So as time goes on, the attack will be narrowed to Obi directly. But if all these factional fixes are formed within the obedient movement, the women will carry their outreach, they go. The young people focus on outreach, they go. The educated ones, so-called intellectuals, they feel like can attack him all they want. Obi has already said it. I'm here to stay. I ain't going nowhere. That's all people like Kenneth Okonkwo need. Start building soldiers for him rather than expecting him to be the general with a gun, with a pen, with a mic, with everything. No, he cannot be everything. It's not the general with a gun that you want him to be. You go build a group of generals. Instead of having one OB with a gun, you have 4 or 5 generals with guns. Politically speaking. So, my problem is those around Obi could not see what Obi is seeing. Obi understand the game of a president is just like the game of an Olympic. You need to study an Olympic athletes, how they routine and approach things. You don't wake up within the Olympic circle, Olympic year, and you go win the Olympic. It doesn't matter who you are. Usain Bolt be one of the greatest Olympians. He failed in Sydney 2004. So now Beijing be in second one. Now it's a 4-year but now 8-year approach you go give up. It's an 8-year approach. So you work as every year you work harder. If you all think Tinubu was desperate 2023 and he did everything he could, watch out for Atiku. Atiku will go harder than you ever seen him or harder than President Tinubu did. Because he's fighting for 2 things. If I'm going to lose 2027 to Tinubu, I must finish well to see stand a chance 2031. When I feel say don't owe though, well, that's the conversation we go have when it reach that time. Because me, they talk as the 2037, 2031, it will be the man to beat. Because how do you beat any other? Who you want bring against Obi? Or the obedient movement? I should put it that way. Who?
I think Mr. Moka is playing a script. He's possibly trying to impress his masters because he was talking about P2B's achievement in Anambra State. I think he has to go back and read properly before, tempering to address P2B's performance in Anambra State. But first of all, we have to warn Mr. Walker, or whatever he calls himself.
Felix Walker.
Prince Walker. Obedience are very patient people. We are wounded in 2023 and we accepted it, and we kind of accepted our principal's plea for us to be calm. But let him be warned that anarchy is at the corner. By the time he starts to threaten P2B, he has no right to come and speak the way he's speaking. P2B is a decent man. In fact, Obedients are angry with P2B.
Okay, let's talk about what Peter Obi has said, right? He's expressing concerns about Nigeria transforming into what he calls an authoritarian and repressive regime. Do you share his view?
Well, P2B as an opposition leader, you're not expecting P2B to come and say hallelujah songs to the government. The government is practically not doing what it promised the Nigerian people. And there has to be someone speaking here. In civilized countries, they face themselves and they spill all these things face to face. Is it because our democracy is for dragging? You should be able to accept criticism. And I have not seen anything Peter Obi has said that is too bitter for anyone to accommodate. Peter Obi has done a fantastic job of being an opposition with concern about the Nigerian people. We are calling on the APC government to call Prince Moka to order. He has to withdraw his statement. In fact, he should be arrested for calling, threatening the opposition that he has crossed. Which line did he cross? We are telling the government what they ought to do for the Nigerian people to live. People are dying of stampede. People are hungry. The transportation system is not working. Bad roads everywhere. The hospitals have no equipment.
So at this point, however you criticize the government, you are on point. I think the funniest thing is that those people who are speaking for Tinubu, yes, they are doing their job. Most of them don't really understand the guy. They need to go and study Tinubu as an opposition figure. Even though he know the day outside, it's not always out there with his voice or they run around. No. His approach was different. And that is because he invested so much in the media that all he needs to do is to put out a communique and it will be out there for hours and days. You understand the system. Apart, he contributed in building it the way it is. So the idea that Obi should mind how he criticize the kind of word is laughable because the man in the criticize know well. Man with the sponsor protest, sponsor riot, do everything as an opposition figure. I think Tinubu is lucky. Tinubu no get opposition that we actually giving him personally sleepless night. Of course, the reaction that I'm getting, that they get, people around him is expected because those ones too, they have to protect their job, they have to secure their job, and most importantly, they are here. So, but Tinubu would go sleep every night with a smile, knowing that the opposition no will feel really do anything that will keep him up. Yes, how far I think we will go because they know themselves. So it's a very interesting time. The only people that can give him that sleepless night, not the North, but he is in charge. So yeah, he has dealt with them before, over and over, so they know themselves. Well, yeah, we interesting stuff. But the fear of the obedient is not coming from Tinubu necessarily per se, but is heavily coming from the northern political structure within the APC and every other political party. Because the idea that Obidient is now the main political opposition party is indirectly saying that the Obidient and Obi is the man to beat after Tinubu. And if the conventional be gentleman agreement that we also played out 2023, which is turn by turn, they have cause to be worried about. Because you cannot disqualify Obi, you cannot ask him not to contest, you cannot buy him at this point, you cannot underrate him at this point. Everything that you think you can use is not, so the only thing to do is how do we take him out politically speaking? The easiest way to do that is to take Atiku out. When you take Atiku out, everywhere will be open because Atiku, in a way, is a standing block within the political hierarchy in the North. Because it's not the favored one, but at the same time, how do you squander his popularity and what he has built over the years? And as time goes on, his chances of staying 8 years in power is going, if he has a chance to become president at all. So that's a problem. And seeing an Igbo man as our number one citizen, being a president, being the overseers of every secret, every evil deeds are done, especially what preceded the civil war. I don't know. It's not something a lot of Nigerians want to. So we are in an interesting time, politically speaking. We're there. So the obedience uh, I literally going to be the game changers in terms of how political structure will be designed when the overlords are going. Stable, happy new year, Najama. I totally disagree. Now, obedient, no understand Felix Moka. Okay, why they no understand? I mean, no. Hmm? Najama, let's have it. Waiting, how they no understand them? Hmm? I hope you know say the men the real players understand say Mo kind of messenger. So no be him that they respond to. They also know say no be him, he know they speak for himself too. So there's no misunderstanding here. The cocoa be say they are dominating the airwave. That's the most important. That's the game I play here. You understand? If all you could start with everything Tinubu has done so far, you start a brand new year talking about obedience. Then politically speaking, APC and PDP, they are a failure. No, PDP is a failure. Even the presidency too, they know they fail. If at this junction of your policy, I'm talking about the administration, where be say there's a heavy pushback for your number one, for your how did they put up legacy policy, which is the tax reform bill. If in the middle of heavy pushback by a whole half of the country, and what a movement you term irrelevant, you dedicate the national airwaves, the national discussion to, even though it is a game that you are playing to maybe you are covering that, but it's a win-win for the obedient. That's all you need to understand. The idea of trend, yeah, those ones now, leave those ones first. But it is the obedience are getting free airwave. They know they pay for them. So I know the idea behind this they don't understand it. I don't think that is the point. It's not the point. The point is now, all of a sudden, we don't get PDP again with that. If the presidency is responding to a man in time irrelevant, to a movement, then you can't overlook the strategy that is at play here. It's a win-win for obedience. Because all of a sudden now, the media team of the Tinubu, all their strategy now, they will have to now spend special time and resources to plan how to attack or how to respond, which is not a normal job in that, but that means there's something. So for government to talk about you, my brother, you are relevant to the kind of what you do. The kind of what you do. But again, all you need to understand is a game of popularity. They know they talk about people where anybody where something will know they happen. Hausa man said Babu Utabayachi. And it's where anything, anywhere where it's not in there, fire no fit catch the place. Just I don't know why when they try separate Tinubu and APC. Like this is a now party system they play. Now one maker and one person. If to say would they attack party rather than the individual, maybe we will be closer to change. There's a reason why we don't have individual candidacy. So it's a secretary to APC, it doesn't matter. In APC be the goal. It goes sweet. Yeah, let's all go, it go marama. That one go sweet. They gonna give us the make we there alive that time. See ya. So now party they attack. So Tinubu, that's why they always talk. Instead of attacking the person go come go, but APC will see be here. When you go bring we show worry out of here. Minister, I don't know. You asked me a good question. It's when I don't know because in it's everything is on me at this point. I need they say anything worth doing is worth doing well. Right? So I want to have those kind of conversation or interview in a well put together studio kinda. So that I don't know. I need more investment. I don't know the day until I do that. I no go. I just put people name down. So I really want to be in a more web production situation, so that as we do the interview, it will be well distributed. We produce every segment, everything I want to make sure every subject, every topic we talk about should have its own cut after the whole thing. So I need more because I able to talk with the hopes obedient now supposed to flash some kind of videos, right? Talk about me way like history, how all these things they start. They refresh our memory. You understand? Just like what me and Nigeria are trying to talk about the idea of the president and the party, bring some kind of things to. But anyway, that's where my mind is right now, minister in that. So I don't know where it go happen. That's why I say more than like, share, subscribe, so that maybe the more people I get, the more I go feel carry and go seek for sponsorship. I need money to put that off. I need somebody to come and invest to either one. So let's listen to message of unity from the Obidient powerhouse.
Our coat of many colors must not be torn asunder. That is what our enemies would prefer. Each and every person who benefits from the ruination of Nigeria is an enemy of Nigerians. Usually, they distract us. They use religion. They use ethnicity. They use politics, partisanship. But we're part of the same tapestry. We're part of the same cloth, and we mustn't tear it apart. Yes, I would love to tear apart the iniquitous Nigeria that has held all of us hostage. But I don't want to tear my country apart. I want to tear down the evil system that permits the evil that has overtaken our country. I don't want to tear the fabric apart. No, it's the system. What combines together is the fabric. It's got a coat of many colors, yes, but it becomes a coat only because the fabric was stitched together. It wasn't batik. It's not batik. It's not tie and dye. It's a patchwork of different colors. You have diversity, but it only becomes strength when you find common purpose, when you're all pulling in the same direction. The Nigerian in the northern part of Nigeria must want the rule of law. The Nigerian in the southern part of Nigeria must want the rule of law. Because what ails you as Mustafa ails Amechi. The same thing is disturbing Olakunle. Nodu is afflicted by the same. The future must hold a Nigeria that is accountable to law, both by persons and by institutions of state. We are more than them. We are by far more than them. Good morning in a new Nigeria is what we need to be saying to ourselves.
Dele Parotimi. I think I agree with him that everybody has to want a state of law before anything go feel actually work out. But for me, I think the law should be delegated. Give every state his or her own rights to form his or her own government, to enact his or her own rules. Right? I mean, we only have some few states who wants to govern themselves under the Sharia law, which I support 100%. That's what it's supposed to be now. That's their way of life. That's how they want that. Because in the recent, as an social man, nothing concern me for what they go on for Abuja, or at least not how would they live or survive immediately. It has nothing to do with every other person, but in my immediate environment. So how I do that should be of me and my people that live there concerned. So we should be able to set our own laws, govern our own state we want, generate our own revenue. But now they will now say, okay, for the sake of security, for the sake of foreign engagement and all that, we give some delegation to the center. The military, for instance, the currency, for instance, every other thing should be. So we contribute to make sure that work efficiently at the center. But every other thing should be left for me in Edo to determine, and my people in Edo. Every other thing should be left for somebody in Castina and his people to determine. That's the only way law can actually work. But actually put one broad law at the middle for, I mean, as rosy as that sound, that's pretty much impossible. So until we focus on one thing at a time, I said we need individual sovereignty, state sovereignty, I must say. States should govern their own the way they want. Federal government should, I mean, that's the only way. Period. So that if I from Edo State, they go Delta State, I know, say, okay, if I reach there, I feel smoky bo, I know if smoky bo, I have to follow. Oh, if I reach Anambra people say I must go get medical marijuana before I be smoking. I mean, this how it should be. If I reach Katina man say, man, I know if you drink NSC for here. All right. What have you do? You know if you drink NSC, you know if you drink all those canteens there. All right. So I mean, how long can I survive without drinking NSC? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. I find there I go, maybe the neighboring states, Najalingo. There they drink Burugutu. Like that for me, I think that's how life used to be. Before this nation state, before this idea of capitalism and religion and what have you. So the idea to have rules and laws is yes, that's how society is governed. Society is not governed by share of mission. Oh, he's a nice person. He's a nice guy. He never thieved before. He never lied before. He never no. No society is governed like that. Society is governed by a fix of laws. It doesn't matter if you are good or bad, think or you gotta follow the same freaking shit. I mean, the United States that I live in today, that's why now they were in this situation before when the southern states could not come to agreement with the other part of the country. There was, I mean, all slavery and all that kind of shit. Went to civil war and all. They had to gradually come to the sense of full democracy, which means sets of people at every time and county should pretty much know how to live. I'm in Florida, right? Igbo is not legal yet. But that's a different conversation entirely, right? If I go to the neighboring state, Georgia, fuck it, smoke as I want. I carry my big enter Texas again. No, it's not like that. I'm not going to fight there now. If you want it to be to deliver to you in your house, you go to San Francisco, you go to California, you go to New York. Everybody live their best life. So I think that's the conversation we should be having. Not that this regionalism, I mean, we are all just deceiving our freaking self. We are gradually going back to a world that came to their senses. Because this idea, the way we live now is not normal, it's not natural. The idea of nation state is the idea of some adventurers in Europe who decide to say some people need to be controlled in that, and begin their adventure. And here we are. The whole world is in chaos. Prince, is there nowhere? You see how if I know say if I come visit you for California now, I no go come up for your house. I go just sit down for your balcony, order for Igbo, they go deliver up. Life is good. If I go Texas, I go need to the hide. Yeah, they find where they plug the. But it's all the same in America. Like I don't know, people. I don't know. They always talk. We ain't shit. We human beings. We ain't shit. We are here now with the way to go. That's the whole point. People, and the fact that we cannot grasp that is beyond me. All of us are waiting to die. Somebody said nobody's getting out of this life alive. So shit. The idea that again, we are the most dangerous species on the planet. And now only us they kill ourselves for fun. Just they keep. We use laws to just this. I mean, anyway, make a note to go off. But the point here is, until we got to that point whereby I'm from Edo State, and I understand that by the time I cross the border of Edo State, enter Lagos, the lifestyle is different. So the rules and regulation have to be different because that lifestyle has to be maintained. In order for you to maintain that lifestyle, rules have to govern it. That's exactly what this is at the middle of Sharia. You don't have to like it, but what they want their people to govern the same way. I mean, you can agree and disagree with it, but shit. Like, if you don't agree with them, what do you want to do? That means you want to impose your own will on them. That's exactly what it means. Let the people where they there say we know one we want. That's fine. But you carry your two left leg, go another place. They say things have to be done like this. Who the fuck are you? Like, who you is? As we say in the ghetto, who you is, nigga? Who you is? Who be you? I don't know why people are so worried about Sharia law in the north. If people want Sharia for themselves, what is wrong with that? I mean, people just it's just that majority we're all miseducated to start from, but and again we have lost our sense of just thinking through something common sense. We're giving out to a lot of other people in the media space or in our which I go call them these indoctrinated institutions. They will they indoctrinate us from our schools, our churches, our marketplace, everywhere now. So you get indoctrinated by the same way of life, the same state of approaching and doing things. We want everybody to be the same, and people could not seem to think that that's even it sounds sick in the first place because even God we made us make us differently. So what the fuck do we have to reason and think the same? People don't seem to actually think that it's not normal. So the Lefaro to me calling for unity, the people from the north also want law, the people from the south have to need law and all that. It's all good, but specification of how those laws should be applied and how should be lived is very important. We have tried the regional system. Now only they say no good, the regional representation system. Now they say no good, but let's just break it down first. Let's break it down. Just let the 36 states run their thing as they them fit. Like, no matter how you want to demonize the traditional culture of the Edo people, it just keep getting more sexier and sexier to me. So what can you do? Just let me be. Let me build my laws around it and live the way I want. You know, if you carry your two left leg come from Katsina, come to tell me, say, like, then you are looking for asking for what I don't have, and I have to look for it. Then, but however I take present to you, you take them. It's not normal. Now somebody adventure from other part of the planet Earth come organize us the way we did now. He organize us according to his or our own way of understanding of doing things. In order for you to achieve that, because now you're a fellow human being, only God knows what they go don't do to you before you conform. Ain't nobody seems to be thinking about that. Yeah, rule of law is the way, but how do we want this rule of law to come by? How do we apply it? About I also agree with you. I don't even know when I want my ambition. Either way, to Ali. So, how do we govern the rule of laws? Which one? Let every state be, and see if how Abuja people go see the look forward to Abuja. I no get life for my village. We track and go Abuja. I no get food chop for my village. We track and go, like, that's like how long? You know, they have even Chinese society that the media want to present it to the outside world that it's authoritarian, that the central government determine everything. That shit ain't true. Every fucking president in China still has their own way of doing shit. Yes, overall picture is at the center. That's how it's supposed to be. Nowhere. America not, you know work. Only us, not only Nigeria, where you have the powers pretty much so much invested in one place. And we expect tension not to arrive anywhere. You accept some people not to, from time to time, not to feel marginalized. So instead of us to focus all our energy in advancing our way of life, we are focusing on how do we even live together first. That's pretty much all we've been trying to do for the past 60 years. To live together as one. At one point, are we now saying, okay, how do we advance our society? How do we advance our civilization? How do we make sure the life expectancy is up to 100, 200 years? I mean, I'm just putting out in the word, but how do we do things our own way? How do we make the world see value in us? Or rather trying to please them by saying, oh, I can relate with the man from Katrina, I understand it. I can relate the woman from Inewi. Like, I mean, it's been like 4 generations. I've been 6 generations gone now. 60 years. As a 6 generation, 3 generation. It's gone. All we trying to do all these ways, how do we coexist? This is 2024. 2024 in the sense that if I mess for Akanu, they will hear them for Abuja within before the smell die out. So times have changed whereby we go to seems as if we need to bring everybody in one accord forcefully or anything. No. At this point, already there's a movement out there seeing the whole planet Earth as one place. Nobody ask me where I did or where I stay, where I come from, where's my location, where's my address. Live any fucking way I want to live. I did. I mean, that is where human thinking is at this point. It was way beyond our forefathers. Best way go day my village for if I'm also one go Okene where at this point, if I wear my jogging shoe, I fit jog go am. right? Because the civilization has and the advancements has gone to that point that there's a paved road maybe that I can run through. But most importantly, under 10 minutes, I did there. So how long are we going to keep trying to prove to, the world order that we can live together before we even think of how do we advance? We are struggling in attempt to struggle to understand ourselves. Agricultural revolution don't come go. We are still trying to prove that yes, so we can do this. Industrial revolution creep upon us, come and gone. We can do it though. We can do it though. Now we are in information revolution. What next? We see they say, yeah, we can. So when we say we should leave everybody out of one law, but what law do we want? As far as I'm concerned, the people in the north want law. Everybody want law. But the idea, how the law should be applied, who is applying the law, who is at the receiving end, that's where the conversation is. And that is because there is this, we have gone from trying to prove to the world that we can live together to I am the best in this hood. So which is what? Religion is to kill that differences between us, to see us as one, that we can coexist. We should be able to coexist in the name of the Lord. God wants us to coexist. But underneath that is to create a big market. Right? So gradually capitalism has taken over that. Let's try to prove that we can live together to I am the best. Let me lecture Shektima on regional historical fact. But Shetima didn't understand, but went on his usual way like an haram to suggest she dropped her Kemi from a name he knows nothing about. Hmm. I see what you are saying. Hello. I don't know. Wait. Something is wrong. Can I be heard? Anybody hear me? If you can hear me, praise. Um. Okay, you can hear me now. All right. So on Kemi, you said Kemi lecture Shetima on regional historical fact, but Shetima didn't understand, but went on his usual way like an haram to suggest he dropped her last name from a name he knows nothing about. I think let's go beyond the lousiness of what's transpired or what is going on between these two people. We should understand that these are two very highly functional political animals, like at the top of their game. In other words, they are at a stage whereby every word that come out of their mouth is not just for them. They are speaking for the entity or institution they represent. And 99% of the time, depends on the position you are occupying, everything that you say has to be able to be in line with the ideology of that institution. What am I trying to say here? These men not just they come out, they talk rubbish or they talk for the sake of it. They're speaking to a specific thing that might not be visible or very clear to us now. But we should just leave these two people, put them aside and look forward to what is ahead of these two people. Now, Kemi said, you said a lecture on regional facts. Is it me or is it a coincidence that at a point whereby let's go back to regional conversation is at the top of national discourse that Kemi is alluding to that? Now, I could be somebody will say maybe not me. I don't do the smoke. You could be right, but they say this. This now one country, Nigeria and Britain, Abi. So is that a coincidence? Now, in response, Shetima says she should change her name. She should drop her name. Now, is Shetima giving the opposition party in London an ammunition to fight Kemi? I mean, I don't know. I'm just being I don't know. Maybe I think too much. Anyway, that's a conversation that never finish. So that this Kemi and Shetima, they never finish. Especially Kemi. Kemi is going to face. Kemi come to leadership position at a point whereby the whole the world is going through the construction. There's going to be the new world order is being redefined. So Britain is playing an important role. I mean, Britain, is not more than one. In a way, not like a colony of it's not like one state for America. The only difference is that maybe they get nuclear weapons. So that's it. There's nothing more to Britain anymore. But that not being said, because of history, they have a role, important role to play. Of course, they're on the American side. There's a man called Farage that is coming with a third party who you cannot separate him from Donald Trump in terms of their rhetoric, their ideology, and everything. So Kemi preparing ahead of the debate that he's going to face, which is immigration. And Nigeria is at the center of it when it comes to London, Britain. And you have your own daughter trying to say, come, wake up. Shit is about to get real. But we didn't, none of us see him like that, but we will see. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I leave that Kemi issue. Say, it's just getting started. There's more to come. So, one Nigeria is dead. Future is Nigeria has arrived. Did you see dirty December? Make una they win. So I don't understand. I don't. What do you? I mean,
You said many things at the same time. You said that one Nigeria is dead. I don't know, because all the leaders at every form, none of them is saying that. Maybe they be saying secretly, but I don't know. So even though I know what you are trying to say or what you are saying, but I don't know. There's a futurist there. It's a futurist in Nigeria has arrived. Did you see 30 December? Okay, well, what happened 30 December? 30 December. Now you just see now. Where would they go do 30 December for village back in the days? Would they not 30 December? Or we say now every Christmas would they travel home or go village? We understand what it did December. Now just see because of internet. Now internet make you they brand out like that. These are the life we've been living. People that came before us live ourselves. We see them from our elders. But anyway, okay, what does that even mean in terms of in the conversation you are trying to have, which is Nigeria is there? How does 30 December play into it? So say, if I ask you something of it, between Kemi and Shetima, who do you think has a better grasp of history? I don't know. Now, okay, I mean, it's easy for me to say Shetima, right? Because of his age, right? But this, as I said, these people are not speaking for themselves. That's what you need to understand. For Kemi to come out and say whatever she said the first time, again, second time, third time, that's what the institution that she represents. And now talking about history, the history that institution now is at the core of our own history. So if I want to look at it from what they represent, I would say Kemi is in a better position to destroy Shetima with history. Because all she needs to do now to go to archive of that institution that she's speaking for. Right? And you should see the beginning of Shetima. No, I'm not saying Shetima can know history, but the history where Shetima know, now waiting the institution where Kemi represents teach just what Bob Marley said. They think we only know what they teach us, Abi. So as an individual, come on now. I don't think it's a matter of comparison. The OVA one Nigeria is okay. You said that's so yeah, that's my take on that. So on individual, of course, there no be age and apart from say the age difference, both of them are them Shetima is not lucky in terms of Western education. I mean, every standard Shetima will age her out. He has that advantage. But if you now have to come from an institutional point of view, come on now. Because Kemi doesn't have to know offhand, but she have the resources at her disposal. She have the history at her disposal at any second, anytime you want. Oh, you read my comment well now. If I ask you something now, between Kemi and Shetima, who do you think has a better grasp of history? Now they talk now, sure. I honestly see they talk now. They look things like come, you need to understand. Say Kemi, there'll be Nana because in now we just see she play her way up there. But my own point here is that she's in a position, opportunity to know everything which Shetima know and more. I said futuristic Nigeria. Okay. And they convince all of them they use a 2-digit as on a name. That make me the confusion. So The one Nigeria is dead. Futuristic Nigeria has arrived. Did you see Dirty December? Like, okay, I know. See, I get I hear what you mean, but I don't. Okay, tell me. Maybe you see the Dirty December. You connote it to me different thing that I think you are talking about. So, what do you mean? Nothing will happen for Dirty December. We know they happened before. Now just a camera there and everywhere now. Social media there everywhere. So, and I'm using me one day you be that. So I don't know if it's futuristic. I don't. What do you mean? Most of this thing are just because the cameras they bring them across social media. It happen before. It happen. No, I don't know. I get older people from my family where so I know. I know I know a little bit of their history. So there's nothing that is happening now in time regarding Dirty December that has not been happening. It's either you are too young or you are not too, Jassy. Of course. Media don't amplify everything now. So I don't know. Futuristic Nigeria. What is futuristic about Dirty December? Huh? Tell me now. There's something else that happened in Dirty December I don't know about. I know there was just regular thing where person like me, they travel December, they do all the time. They just go party, have fun. Straight up. That's it. Travel, go back to where you come from and begin. I mean, is there something else that in Dirty December that I don't know about? You tell me. Was there a conference whereby they discuss Nigerian future, where they enact some laws? What's it that I don't know? Yeah, AB. Kilo share any Dirty December. It's all for me. More than like, share, and subscribe. I beg. I will change out. Uluru. I dey wait for you to tell me what happened or that maybe I'm not aware of. Then, but we should not forget why we are here, brethren. We are here because of the obedient sojourn to the top of political disruption. Which area boys flog LG Chama? Prince, come. We know they play. Oh. I don't tell you now. Say when we choose Opaholo, we know what we want. When I leave what could I leave Monday alone? We are giving him another 4 years. I don't understand why it's so hard for you people to grasp. That's our guy. He's coming back 2028. Don't show for him. He's doing well. Obidient no fit do anything for Benin self, but I do. A frog will be there back and front. See, Obidient self offend me. Obidient use me. Obidient use my village campaign free of charge.
So I fell in love with Ososo from the very first day I came here. It's a hidden secret. Nobody knows about this. I decided and I told my people that when we come today, we must come up here. I wanted to show this to the rest of our team. Many people are watching our campaigns on social media, so I wanted to take this opportunity to show this to the world, that in Edo State, we have a location that is breathtaking like this. It's a jewel. You know what I mean? These are the images that people should see, that there's such hidden potential here. So you have my guarantee, Ososo will be transformed. We will make sure that it becomes a mecca for tourists around the world.
Mazi Prince, Shiri, there's one place that is better than California. So, Eso, let's speak to this. Kemi has a better grasp of history. Besides Shetima can't get anywhere politically or jambitely without glitch. Kemi doesn't just speak for the. I don't understand what she's right. Come, you know, if we compare Shetima and Kemi, they're not there on the same level. I only put them for this Shetima. No, Shetima, you know, go compare them even politically speaking, and they not be made. I only agree to put them in the same sentence because of the office that she represents. Who became me when you were there? Come, why you not the other is you know how many years Shetima don't put into this life, in respect to the area that we are talking about. Say jam badly with a glitch. Which glitch? Now who speak English past? Now in get grasp of history. My guy. She said you are not asking me who is the better orator. Even at that. I don't know. I know that's how they talk. Ability to mesmerize people with oratory no means you know anything. Sure. You can't use that on a good day. If not because Shetima bring himself so low to respond to Kemi, they're not there the same league. Until she succeeds. If she win, I feel that's okay. Well, she's just me a political party. Now she and what they call her? Now wait till be Labour Party chairman, so eh? Even APC chairman gang could just pass her level. Now, wait till be that guy name for Labour Party. That no guy. Now if I respond to Kemi, no be Shetima. I don't know why una dey disrespect una office like that. Can you compare office of the vice president to a party chairman office? It is they the same level. They are not on the same level. Now just because the Shetima bring himself down low to respond to her. That's why they put them together. So if Kemi no win, you no go hear about her again. She's gone for life. I mean, you know, people don't be chairman for that place. But you go Shetima and your vice president. Somebody was about no they do like that nah. So about we go put sentiment aside and look at things. They're not at the same level. Shetima no be a mate. Kemi playing to the gallery, of course. She's a politician. Even maybe I'm wrong there. Okay, you don't go put them on the same place. What do they talk? Now party chairman Kemi be I don't know. She's a party chairman. No, be saying she's starting more than a party chairman. Maybe she was a former MP, member of the which did they talk? I don't know why that they see her as they say that she's a party chairman. That's who she is. I mean, she did Abure level. Oh, Abure, or maybe because she na MP before. Okay, that's why we compare with Dangote. Dangote na executive chairman of the state in his own right. So my brother, Mokuna know how una will take the rank all this thing now. And I'm disappointed enough that Shetima had to even respond to her. Now I'm trying to say that she did on a Shetima level. Is you are reaching to you are reaching too far. You're going too far. Now Abure is equivalent of Abure in a presidential setting. Until she can't win now, she can't end up becoming the prime minister. I say, okay, you now say, okay, in there above Shetima at that point. But at this point, what Shetima go represent? Shetima was send Minister of Information. No be even, I say na PDP chairman. Everyone respond to that. Oh, Abure. But come on. She's good at what she does, but that's it. But when you're now trying to compare her with, then you have to draw the line a little bit. So in back to the conversation we are having today, which is the Obidient taking the position of the number one opposition movement. No, I think that we say movements, they overrate them. They've taken that position for a long time, but a political party, even though it's also reaching too far because they are not a political party, they are not associated with Labour, but is a formidable force enough to say they are the only one that can touch the nerve of the power that be today. But most importantly, now how the power that be respond. As what is they have Obedience have put themselves in a position whereby how you criticize them matters. How you respond to their criticism matters. I mean, that's a pretty cool position to be, if you ask me. So you think party chairman in England is same as party chairman in every? So what will be the difference? I don't understand. So party chairman for England and party chairman for America and party chairman. So what's the difference? They have no any political official power. They are still, at the end of the day, they are still ordinary citizens. There's nothing special about them. They are just like every other institution. The only difference now is they have people who came through them to occupy a political office or a public office. What did they talk? Say no be different. What's the difference? What make a party in England special than that of America or that of Nigeria or Ghana? Party now. Political parties are private private ventures for people to take power. It's owned by individuals. That of England is not different. That of United States is not different. Tell me now, you keep saying hodge. You are speaking grammar. What is the difference? She equivalent to Dino, the people's representative constituent. Tell me the difference now. What will be the difference? You keep saying there's a different. The party in England are set up to what? To take power, to elect members of parliament. In other words, to oppose and to pass bills. The same thing in America. Republicans and Democrats were set up by a group of people to take power, to enact law, and to oppose law. That's what it's about. The same thing with APC and PDP. Anything different? I don't know how like this is in so teach your student where they are not equalizer. What do you mean by equalizer? So I don't know. I know. So so maybe you know something that I don't know. So I'm hoping to see where you are coming from with that. That is just a different. Hmm? You can the aim of setting them are the same. Now maybe they are the way that they operate to achieve that aim could be different, but that doesn't still mean that a party is not a party. I mean, you don't forget saying that the same party nine set up APC and nine set up NCNC those days. If Tinubu visit UK, he's expected to be both the PM and the Kemi. And Kemi. No, he can't even be Kemi self. Kemi is a party member now. I don't know why. They know the power. And I'm not nobody. Yeah, equal. I agree. I understand. Abi, we don't forget saying that the same story. And she was be the other one way that they get for the funny name. Now them set up, now them be the now them teachers our people to set up a NCNC, the all those earlier political party that we have in Nigeria. Then Democrat and Republican can set up this one where we get now, this PDP and APC. It's not be to me. You keep saying nothing different to me. It's not about me or you. I'm telling you the fact that is out there. You keep saying to me. What it be me? So switch yourself. Some way when Nigerian democracy is equal to American democracy because of the name. You keep what you have not been able to do is to tell us the difference. I told you what makes them the same. All you have to do is say, okay, oh, no, this is what makes them different. You just they speak grammar up and down. Yeah, remember the PM and the opposition leader. I mean, I get you. You keep saying they are the same, they are different. Tell us the difference. We want to learn now. Not be fights. Maybe it's my problem with everything now. Like argument. I just told you why they are the same. I give you reasons. You give me reason why they are different. We will learn. But you just don't say the verse. Turn on the verse. Say democracy for America. Democracy. What is the difference? Like, I don't know how some people say. So you want Moku put Kemi for where she no belong by all means. Me and our person where I wasn't against her or whatever she says. Because according to Maya Angelou, anybody tell you or he or she is, believe her. So she tell me she doesn't fuck with me. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But I'm not going to take the fact that I'm not going to now elevate her or demote her, put her where she no belong, where she no. That's not what I'm going to do. She's good at what she does. The position that she's vying for necessitates everything that she has done so far in terms of how she puts a debate out there. Excellently well. But that's it. That's it. Can't now make her a prime minister overnight because she's good at what she does. No. She's not beyond the opposition leader that she is. So until they decide to go for another election, if she wins, voila. But until then, she's just mere a political party chairman, political party leader. George, your friend already resign. Donald Trump effect don't start. We will meet Trudeau of Canada. Gone. The German and be the next. So let's come back to Obidient, the conversation that we are having. At the end of the day, it is the Obidient movement that will really, really form the opposition force, not just to government, the power, the center, the power at the center, but that idea, that greediness, that's foolishness of turn by turn. The obedience will be the force that will defeat that stupid ideology. That is what the political players are seeing. Reno coming out to say Obidient is the new opposition leader. I agree, but it's bigger than that. Come in 2031. In 2031, that gentleman agreement they put together within themselves overnight, and they sell it, and people buy into it. It's not going to work anymore, because the force that the obedience movement will command, the sympathy that they will attract, will change the whole conversation of turn by turn, or it will reinforce the turn by turn. Yes, not turn by turn. There's a region that hasn't gotten it yet. So how do you beat that? The only way to beat that is to have a candidate who is more popular than Obi, that is from the north. Ladies and gentlemen, I go wait, Mona bring that person come out. Atiku, yes. But I don't know. If he will be worth the risks come 2031, in the sense that can he serve more than 2 years, even if they not decide to form a consensus around him? I mean, they can gamble if he no fee do 4 years, they will form a formidable force again to bring somebody that will take over from him to do. I mean, that's a possibility, but that's what the obedience force. People will come in drove to give that play run for its money. From being a formidable opposition party, I mean, the story is going to be from 4 people tweeting in the room to becoming a formidable opposition political party or force, to now be at the center of the restructurings that we so need. Is either the leaders right now come together and do something about the restructuring, the movement, obedient movement, will force it to happen. Because how do you defeat a candidate that is more popular than any other candidate going to that time? And that is way because of the movement, just like Donald Trump. The movement was just too big to pull off any shenanigan around them, and you think it's not going to be obvious. Now, another thing is to rig election and debate about it. Another thing to rig election that will be so obvious that even you know, if you debate, you know, if you argue around now. That's exactly what transpired. How the people how they would explain to say he lost this election with the popularity that is so glaring, so obvious from the top to the bottom, rich and poor. So Obi is getting to that zone.
People protested when I was governor. They even called strike. They shut down our schools for months, our hospitals for months. Go and verify. We need more transparency. And when you talk about transparency in terms of figures, you show it, you elucidate it. Figures are not 1 + 1 is 2. It's not something you say it's just 2 because of. Tell us how we arrived at it and we'll believe. And when we talk about subsidy, I've continuously said, if we are removing subsidy, what are we replacing it with? Where are we applying that subsidy we removed to? So if you say to me, I've removed subsidy, I'm going to use it to build this number of classrooms, to be able to pull out of school children into school, so we can verify and follow and track those schools. We have issue in health, primary health care, especially issue of infant mortality. Removal of resources will enable us to build this number of primary health cares in different, so that we can measure it. So you don't remove something without saying what is replaced and where we moving our money to. Or it's helping us to manage our debts. This is it. This. But here we have fuel subsidy removed, the debt is increasing, and we're not seeing anything. We have to continue our journey on democracy. It's government of the people, for the people, and by the people. However, we need to tweak it where we have some level of parliamentary system in it, like is in South Africa. So we need to deal with issue of more scrutiny in our expenditure, in our borrowing, in efforts to be able to ensure that our scarce resources is prioritized to areas of urgent need for development, from security, food, all those areas, education. I'm not preoccupied about 2027 election. I'm preoccupied by Nigerians eating today and having a better life. I've said it before, my politics is not about the election. I am not desperate to be president, and I don't want to. What I want to hear is that fuel prices are coming down, bread is getting cheaper, Nigerians are not. You cannot be talking about 38 million Nigerians facing hunger, and I'm talking about next election. Let's talk about hunger. Let's talk about managing our resources today. Let's talk about doing the right thing, the right behavior, showing example to the younger ones, growing up that we're leaders. I've said that everybody, they have right to protest. I've said it before. I would discuss with every protester. They even won government months before they did that. I would sit down and discuss with them. People protested when I was governor. They even called strike. They shut down our schools for months, our hospitals for months. Go and verify. I was talking with them. I didn't come down. I have never, as a politician, as a governor, for one day, go and ask any policeman, say, please, stop somebody. Talk less of arresting the person. It shouldn't be. In a democracy, people have right to say no. I've said it every day. If I'm managing this facility and everybody loves me, I will resign. This is me. Wherever I am, I believe that I have enemies. My job is to convince them. If everybody loves me, then there's a problem. There's people who hate me because I'm just Peter. They don't even need to give me any reason. It is my job to convince them on why it should be. I convince the teachers why we should return schools to missionaries, and they've seen the result. I convince them why we should go to the missionary facilities, the Ministry of Health, and build school of nursing and midwifery. You just have to. It's a constant thing. That's why you're a leader. You're a communicator. You listen. You talk to the people. It's not a question of what the young ones. I'll meet them. The agitators, the protesters. I will be talking to them.
No. He is the one that's throwing that. Mr. Obi is shooting from the hip. He's not looking. He's not taking an aim. He just, shoots widely like, what we used to see in movies back in the day, in the Wild Wild West. He is not being rational. He's absolutely irrational in his thinking and in his public commentary for a man who was governor for 8 years, who left nothing to remember in Anambra State by way of a legacy or transformation. But all of a sudden, he served as governor 8 years. He didn't have the wisdom or the smarts to change Anambra State, to make Anambra the beacon, that example of, governance in the country. But then, he runs for president, in 2023. And then now, he didn't win. He's sulking rather than actually get a perspective and, figure out what he did to lose so he can do better in the future. He would think that he can bring down the government by simply, being maliciously deceptive. That is wrong. I'm not somebody to, to go on that offensive in that manner. But Mr. Obi has crossed the line so many times, and I think that at this point, he has coming to him whatever he gets. He needs to manage it.
I think Mr. Morka is playing a script. He's possibly trying to impress his masters, because he was talking about Peter Obi's achievement in Anambra State. I think he has to go back and read properly before, tempering to address Peter Obi's performance in Anambra State. But first of all, we have to warn Mr. Walker, or whatever he calls himself.
Felix Walker.
Prince Walker. Obedience are very patient people. We are wounded in 2023, and we accepted it, and we kind of accepted our principal's plea for us to be calm. But let him be warned that anarchy is at the corner. By the time he starts to threaten Peter Obi, he has no right to come and speak the way he's speaking. Peter Obi is a decent man. In fact, Obedients are angry with Peter Obi.
Okay, let's talk about what Peter Obi has said, right? He's expressing concerns about Nigeria transforming into what he calls an authoritarian and repressive regime. Do you share his view?
Well, Peter Obi as an opposition leader, you are not expecting Peter Obi to come and say hallelujah songs to the government. The government is practically not doing what it promised the Nigerian people. And there has to be someone speaking here. In civilized countries, they face themselves and they spill all these things face to face. Is it because our democracy is for dragging? You should be able to accept criticism. And I have not seen anything Peter Obi has said that is too bitter for anyone to accommodate. Peter Obi has done a fantastic job of being an opposition with concern about the Nigerian people. We are calling on the APC government to call Prince Morka to order. He has to withdraw his statement. In fact, he should be arrested for threatening the opposition that he has crossed. Which line did he cross? We are telling the government what they ought to do for the Nigerian people to live. People are dying of stampede. People are hungry. The transportation system is not working. Bad roads everywhere. The hospitals have no equipment.
That's it. Crossing the line is buying yacht. When people are shouting, they bring power. An IDP camp is everywhere, like an Afghan enclave. I see. That's why that's why I say APC are in a situation whereby however they approach the obedience, there will always be at the losing side because of, yes, I mean, anywhere you look, you give people reasons to actually say something against the government, and however they phrase them, they are right. So if you criticize the obedience, how you want to do them without actually enforcing or justifying to what their criticism is about the government. So I mean, I know. I mean, if you are paid to be on the defensive side, to be on the government side, it's not. I mean, you're always on the winning side anyway. So no matter how the conversation goes, you hardly move the needle. But conversation seems to be hard. Still have to be hard. So, but it's not going to get better for them, but it's going to be rosy for Obidient going forward.
Sitting under their powers, every recommendation they make is advisory. There is no conclusion or resolution of the National Economic Council that binds the president. Just like the way special advisor will advise the president. And your duty stops when the advice is given. He must not follow your advice, that you make available your opinion regarding a matter. So when we don't understand that, that's where we begin to have a problem, where you have manipulation. The Economic Council consisting of the governors. How many governors do we have in Nigeria? There are 36, right? Probably if you add the FCT minister, there are 37. How many population of Nigerians do we have? Over 220 million.
But these are representatives of the people, right?
Yes, but we have seen also how states are governed, with laws and bills that are antithetical to the people, and without mentioning a particular state. For example, I can give you an example of a state that I know in Nigeria that collect heavy tax on keke nape people. And the tax they collect from the people, if you subtract it from what the people earn, it is more or less like you're working as a slave. What's the difference between that taxation and the fears that you have about the tax system at the federal level?
Yeah, you are correct. Okay, it's advisory. The president doesn't have to take the advice. However, for something such as this, this is one of the, big policies that would make a big impact on the country. So you want to see the president as being someone that listens. And the tax reform bill is an executive bill, and the vice president presided over the NEC meeting that requested it be withdrawn. Will you then say that the president and the vice president are not on the same page? Because
not really.
There's also...
So you can preside over a meeting that will arrive at a conclusion, and it is not suggestive that you led the resolution. Of course, if you study corporate governance, you know that board meetings and resolution are arrived at by popular votes. When majority of the people agree to go this way, even you who is presiding, if you're going the other way, it means you have to follow the majority. So it would be wrong to conclude that because the council or the advisory council met and they arrived at something, that it is suggestive that the vice president made them arrive at that. That's one. Number two, Section 5 of the Constitution says the executive powers of the Federation lies in the president. The entire executive powers, which is executing the laws of Nigeria and administering the government of the Federation. But in that Section 5, it says he exercised that power either by himself or through the vice president or to the ministers of the government of the Federation or other officers. So the power lies in him. And he can tell you, do it for me, this other one, do it, right? That's one side. The second side, and which is the argument of the president, is don't throw the baby with the bad water. So the conclusion of the council is suggestive of throw the baby with the bad water, because they said withdraw it for consultation. No, it should have been this bill should now be subjected to deliberation. So the president's reaction to that is he said, no, take it to the National Assembly. Our own side as executive is to sponsor a bill. But the law recognizes a body in Nigeria that deliberate and they make the laws. So ultimately, at the end of the day, we will arrive at that.
I don't know, man. How much did they pay all these guys then say? Man, they has the most easiest job ever. Just come talk rubbish, and that's it. In a democratic, especially this type of democracy we are practicing, the power is not vested on the president. Forget the executive name. The power is vested on the members House of Representative. House of Representative name in Nigeria. Anything that is anything they agreed on in House of Assembly, it means the whole country is agreeing with it. Anything the National House of Representatives disagree with means the whole country disagree with it. So the idea that every power is vested on the president, that's a bunk, that crap. And but people understand that themselves no. Even anywhere they are practicing representative democracy, the House of Representatives has now be the house that represents every Tom, Dick, and Harry in that country. So yes, I agree with her. Whatever the National Council agreed on, the advisor, whatever, follow. If you decide not to take them into consideration, that's fine. But the bill has to go through the National House of Representatives first. Now, them actually have to say, okay, it has to be a law. But I mean, in job not to come spin shit. So I love that. It's good.
Our coat of many colors must not be torn asunder. That is what our enemies would prefer. Each and every person who benefits from the ruination of Nigeria is an enemy of Nigerians. Usually, they distract us. They use religion. They use ethnicity. They use politics, partisanship. But we're part of the same tapestry. We're part of the same cloth, and we mustn't tear it apart. Yes, I would love to tear apart the iniquitous Nigeria that has held all of us hostage. But I don't want to tear my country apart. I want to tear down the evil system that permits the evil that has overtaken our country. I don't want to tear the fabric apart. No, it's the system. What combines together is the fabric. It's got a coat of many colors, yes, but it becomes a coat only because the fabric was stitched together. It wasn't batik. It's not batik, it's not tie and dye. It's a patchwork of different colors. You have diversity, but it only becomes strength when you find common purpose, when you're all pulling in the same direction. The Nigerian in the northern part of Nigeria must want the rule of law. The Nigerian in the southern part of Nigeria must want the rule of law. Because what ails you as Mustafa ails Amechi. The same thing is disturbing Olakunle. Nodu is afflicted by the same. The future must hold a Nigeria that is accountable to law, both by persons and by institutions of state. We are more than them. We are by far more than them. Good morning in a new Nigeria is what we need to be saying to ourselves.
Let me tell you what I got going on.
I think Mr. Moka is playing a script. He's possibly trying to impress his masters, because he was talking about P2B's achievement in Anambra State. I think he has to go back and read properly before, tempering to address P2B's performance in Anambra State. But first of all, we have to warn Mr. Walker, or whatever he calls himself.
Felix Walker.
Prince Walker. Obedience are very patient people. We are wounded in 2023, and we accepted it, and we kind of accepted our principal's plea for us to be calm. But let him be warned that anarchy is at the corner. By the time he starts to threaten P2B, he has no right to come and speak the way he's speaking. P2B is a decent man. In fact, Obedients are angry with P2B.
Okay, let's talk about what Peter Obi has said, right? He's expressing concerns about Nigeria transforming into what he calls an authoritarian and repressive regime. Do you share his view?
Well, P2B as an opposition leader, you're not expecting P2B to come and say hallelujah songs to the government. The government is practically not doing what it promised the Nigerian people. And there has to be someone speaking here. In civilized countries, they face themselves and they spill all these things face to face. Is it because our democracy is for dragging? You should be able to accept criticism. And I have not seen anything Peter Obi has said that is too bitter for anyone to accommodate. Peter Obi has done a fantastic job of being an opposition with concern about the Nigerian people. We are calling on the APC government to call Prince Moka to order. He has to withdraw his statement. In fact, he should be arrested for calling, threatening the opposition that he has crossed. Which line did he cross? We are telling the government what they ought to do for the Nigerian people to leave. People are dying of stampede. People are hungry. The transportation system is not working. Bad roads everywhere. The hospitals have no equipment. So
Yeah, sorry, I needed to take a call, that's why. Anyway, please like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, I didn't well so far. AB, political asset. Who be the political asset now? I also know they talk about it, but I should finish it, bring money. Now, the obedience in the house. What become of this guy? I'll tell you what I think, or what I think he should do. This guy right here.
You think leadership is a common case? No. Esther said, if I perish, I perish. Whenever you are in leadership, look at what happened to Donald Trump. In America, where security is everywhere. Yet, 2 times now they wanted to kill him. Every profession has its own risk. If you're not willing to take the risk that is attached to any profession, step aside so that people who are given that mind by God will go ahead and serve God in that capacity. If you're an actor and an actress and you say you're not going to hug babes and you're not going to kiss them, step aside. Because that's what the job is. Don't come and say you're a born-again Christian. That's what the job entails. If you're a politician and you can't stand for your people that voted for you, and because you don't want to die, step aside. Because that's what the job entails. Any politician that is not behaving like Simfubara, who will resist and protest when his rights are trampled upon, knowing that our judicial system, knowing that our electoral system have failed us, that any politician who will not stand his ground, no matter the risk to his person, I said, I will not speak for that politician again. And I maintain it. And you can see what is happening because we can't go forward. We calm down. If Simfubara has been saying, calm down, do you know where Rivers State would have been? He said he's ready for them. He's fully prepared. The election must go on. The election must hold. Winners must be declared. They will be sworn in. And whatever is going to happen, let it happen. I am looking for leaders who would say nobody will rig my election, and if you rig my election, I will fight. Nigerians, come out and fight. If they kill anybody, let them kill all of us. Oh yes, and thank God I'm seeing it happen. What Fubara did, was he advocating for violence? Was he advocating that the law should be broken? No. He was advocating for his right. That's my opinion. That's my advocacy. We must advocate for our right and stand by it. I did not disqualify anybody. I don't have that right. I said I am not going to speak for anybody going forward except this person meets this criteria. In any case, we have finished 2023 election. It's over. 2027 election has not come. So anybody who is saying betrayal, what am I betraying? There is nothing on ground. When I was a spokesman in 2023, I did my job creditably well, and we convinced Nigerians on what we believe is right. But you can see that in Nigeria, you not only have to have the power to win election, you have to have the power to defend your election. So anybody that does not have that spirit or power to defend the votes, in a manner that you would say, whatever happens to me as a person, let it happen. I am not willing to speak any further for the person. So what I just simply said is that going forward, I will no longer be part of this until these fears are addressed. So I did not disqualify anybody. One, I don't have that power. Then two, I am not betraying anybody because I'm still a member of Labour Party. And you can see I'm still fighting. The Labour Party should be consolidated because Nigerians are looking for an alternative to these people. That if you want to fight these people who are compulsive thieves and who are the worst amongst us, leading us, according to Senator Ndume, who is part of them, then you have to grow higher and be more aggressive than calm down. That's what I said, and I stand by it. In all honesty, I would have said we don't. But because I'm a student of theology, I would not say so. Because when Elijah thought he was the only person that was worshiping God, God said, no, you're not the only person. There are more than 7,000 persons like you still in that country that have not done anything evil. I know them. So the only thing we have to do in this country, we must not be sentimentally attached to anybody, any politician. We must not be loyal to political parties or politicians. We have to be loyal to the country and to the law. And if any law is unjust, we have to fight the law. If anybody is doing anything illegal, no matter who the person is, we have to fight the person. So in Nigeria, we must create the environment so that those 7,000 that we do not know who are leaders will be able to begin to emerge. If the good ones keep quiet, they will never emerge. When people say people are selling their votes, you know why they are selling their votes? Because they believe that even if they vote their conscience, it will not count. Not because they want to be corrupt. They saw what happened in 2023. I was an active participant in that election of 2023. They did not sell their votes. But after, it did not count. So they'll be like, why would I go and say I'm voting for my conscience when it will not count? If I'm going to take this money, at least it will be what I gain. So if we don't fight, we are...
So now that Obi has rededicated his commitment to the struggle for life, according to him, it's not going anywhere. And Dele Farotimi has proven that to be a soldier, you don't have to be the number one guy. That's exactly, which is what Okonkwo is alluding to. But what become of Okonkwo now that seems to be taking shape in the right direction? I advise he goes to a small podcast. Make you go on this big station again. Like I was advocating for Omoye's Corner. Got about 2 to 3 hours interview, but it focused on a project that is ongoing on at hand. At this point, everybody needs to get to work, including me. As soon as I get up to 5,000 subscribers now, I will officially declare to be obedient. That's what should be going on. That's what you should do. Because I know saying the wait, may somebody somewhere come in here and we just jump in and smooth his way back into the top of the echelon. It's a political asset, if I might use Boros AB's phrase. It's everywhere right now, and that's because of the money matter. Survival. He has to survive, so you know go blame him. If he's not sure of where the next move is going to come from.
You are watching feudalism being institutionalized in broad daylight. Feudalism thrives on impunity. It does not thrive on the rule of law. That is what you are seeing institutionalized. Law does not matter and cannot and must not matter if feudalism must reign. And that is what has happened. What all the people who have helped to institutionalize this madness would have found is that they have helped to promote the reign of evil. Because if this evil is condoned in relation to one, it is institutionalized in relation to all.
So once wanna like, share, and subscribe, please. Once I reach 5,000 subscribers like this, I will officially dedicate the channel to Obidient movement. Once I reach 5,000 subscribers, I will just officially say this is an Obidient channel. 24/7. We propagate obedience ideology. That's the promise if I get to 5K subscriber. So like, share, subscribe, tell your neighbor, tell your enemy, tell your friend that an obedience that we can build another platform in the name of obedience if they push the subscriber to 30. I say 35K. I ain't asking for too much. Am I?
I'm desperate to see Nigeria war.
No, be desperate.
And because I'm inside, I know it is presently a criminal enterprise. I must be dismantled. And that's how Africa is. Because as governor, I can take my state money and come here and buy a house. Buy a house all over the world that I don't need. So that's what we need to dismantle. If we dismantle it, it will work. There's no reason why we should be where we are. Today, secondary school penetration in Nigeria is 28%. China is 90%. It shouldn't be. We can do more.
So we are waiting.
Mokuna subscribe, Mona like and share so that we can reach more to people. As soon as I make my subscription to 5K, I will officially dedicate the platform to Obidient movement. Inshallah. That's the deal. So in the spirit of shining lights and celebrating the achievements, the milestone achieved by Obidient, according to Rino Mokri, who said that Obidient is now the opposition party, to which I agree, as to say that the Obidient is not just opposition party at this point. There will be the vehicle to which the structure that the majority of Nigerians are yearning for will be achieved. So kudos and shout out to those 4 people that were tweeting in the room. So what is stopping you now? Are you enticing obedience with 5K? Well, I mean, however you can say that. You can say that. If you say that, I mean, you're not wrong. But it's bigger than that. I mean, if they push the platform to 15K, 5K subscriber, it's to their own win too now. Since I will be propagating obedience ideology on a daily basis, so it will be also not to their win. Right? I'm not bringing. I'm not coming to disrupt anything. I'm not coming to. I believe I'm bringing. I'm coming to add more value. Not that to add more value to what is already in existence. I'm not to change things. I'm not to dismantle this. I'm to say, okay, this is what I got. I think, and this is what I got because there's a space for it. I believe there's a space for the value that I'm bringing in. But in order to arrive at that equilibrium, 5K is all I ask for. Not be $5,000 or Naira, 5,000 subscribers. And then that's easy. That's easy for the obedience. I know what they can do. If obedience can go from 4 people tweeting in the room, to be the opposition political leader in the biggest to be opposition to the biggest political platform in the continent. I mean, that's a no-brainer. That's a remarkable journey. So they can do it. They can push me to 5K, from 1K to 5K within the couple of hours if they want. Then we go full force. We start building structures ahead of 2031. The chances are slim in 2027, but it's a good place to solidify our the goals. We are the party we are the movement to beat 2031, instead of to being the one chasing. Then now you are now be the one being chased. And as an athlete, if there's anything I understand about chase or being chased, is that it's very difficult to catch up somebody who is being chased. So you rather being chased than you be the one being on the chasing end. Enticement 5K OV for obedience. So Jagagba no get crowd. No. Jagagba don't win. Jagagba no need promotion. I don't think you understand how this game work. You guys don't understand this game work. Jagagba no go win. Jagagba is not going to lose 2027. This is not about 2027. It's not going to lose. How you want to lose? Best way they outside. According to you, the use glitch they win. Now when he consider the top, now you know so it's not going to lose 2027. I'm a realist. I'm a realist. I look beyond. It's not just about me. I look at the future. What does the future hold for the country? At this point, there's nothing me and you can do, my brother. We don't get the resources to fight a man who is in charge of all the resources. When in the outside like us, we know we beat up. I want to do it now. So let's be realistic. We are not there yet. If I want to use good luck as an example, the forces that took good luck as are not in Nigeria. And Tinubu is already doing well by those powers. So I'm looking at how the countries will restructure herself come 2031 or 2027 going forward. So in order for B to be in a better position to sell market 2031, we have to go all out now. So that's the game. Is it worth it? So it's not about Tinubu giving me. If I want go with Tinubu, now money now. Don't give me cash because shit. What is the game? He's on his way out. He's on his way out. It's like when I want to sign contract with Rivers. Rivers, they offer me contract as an artist, and on those states, they give me contract. Rivers states, we are saying we will pay 1 million. That was 2009. All right, it'll be 2010 safe. Terrible. So they say they will give me 1 million if I win gold. So the deal they are offering is that winning. If you win gold, you get 1 million. If you win silver, you get so you get. I was like, okay. On those states, we're going to pay you 30,000 every month for the next. You know, 1 year I've been a 2-year contract. We pay 2,000. You pay 30,000 every month until the competition. Then when you winning prize go there. So I remember being at that point. So I go I go on. I did Lagos now, so I go on no first. I actually accept Odo contracts. I didn't even think about it. I just signed out straight. I was saying, I'd rather they take my 30K every month. What happens if I get injured before the competition? After the competition, oh, but what happens if I don't win, right? But as soon as I signed that contract finish, I enter road again. They go Port Harcourt. I got to Port Harcourt. I said the director there and say, "Okay, I know will lie. This is what I got. This is the contract. See, Fatula, shout out to Fatula. That's the guy who was in charge of Port Harcourt. So I the guy look me. He said, for real? He said, I'm not gonna lie you now. I say, why you can't come? I said, well, if I call you on phone and I'm telling you that I know do the contract, you have many things, and I don't know what you would think. Say, you know what could trust me on it. I just go and say, see, this is how much you are paying. They say, okay, now, okay, the plan is to be paying like 60K, like 6 months to the competition. You'll be in cab. I say, let's go on our story when I talk. But one thing I took away, that guy respects me up to today. Say, man, he never see anything. Say some people will come and sign the 2 contracts. And later, fight will deal. Last. Oh. But I said that to say, if na APC contract, I dey go for na cash. There's no future there, na cash. So there's a future in obedient movement that they have longevity, right? So, but on a more serious note, that's not bad. That's just the top story. The obedience can't give me 5,000. That I know. Yeah, you say we know Jagagban would not lose, but to get 5K subscriber, you know that one is not glitchy. Shetima should explain what a glitch to Kemi. I don't understand. We think say if somebody want to support Tinubu, you know, will get 5,000. That's how you tailor the message now. Now the thing say all this is no be just propaganda. To do propaganda at the extreme level, now the person no fit do. But just that I don't know. It's not fun. Well, what happen the day where money no come? It should be able to fund to be do too. So, but if we want to stay on that, Tinubu APC no get future again. When I mean again, the ones they have born so another 4 years. Right? They wanted maybe they do too much, you will get another 4 years of Tinubu, and that's it. But Obidient Obidient will be here. Let's say everything Naiba will be right. It's still going to be here for another 3 elections, at least good one. Without being I know the show where they go for after Tinubu and Atiku, show where they go focus on as it too old. Oh God, good ones like this. Show where they go share anything talk again. You say will be too old, go so too old, and they will be right. Let me say now. But if you say again, if you say they are right, what will be the age? Who said the age? I don't know. So, but I just hope by that time we don't grow past those kind of. I mean, the politics of the day don't go beyond all those pedestrian debate. So, also, that's the challenge before you take it home. 5,000 subscribers. When I get a brand new platform. What a bargain.
Nigerians insist that they have to impress their neighbors and other people that they eat foreign rice. I said, no rice. You either you eat what you grow what you eat, or you die. I think I tried to make my point. And later, Nigeria appreciated it because it provides more jobs. People go back to the land. We have the land, and we produce what we eat. I have only 6 more days to go. And I try to plan to be as far away from Abuja as possible. And thank goodness I came from an area which is farthest away from Abuja. I said, if anybody force move, I establish good relationship with my neighbors. The Nigerian people will defend me. Thank you very much.
Talking about the future of all these institutions, because what I will expect is obedience for obedient movement to grow beyond Obi, they have to institutionalize it. Either turn into a political party or something has to be done. But talking about the future, I still believe a PDP get future past APC. The future of PDP is a little bit brighter than that of APC. Why? Because I noticed a pattern in our elite. Because what they need to do is which is pretty much that's what Americans they do their own turn by turn. They will vilify one party for a period of time, and they will justify it by doing that. All they need to do now to assemble the worst of us, according to Kenneth Okonkwo, who quoted to Nume on one spot. But if you pay attention now, right, the good guys, well, those that saw themselves as a good guy, migrate from PDP in droves to form all these small groups, party, and metamorphosis to what we have as APC today. But now, if you look again, if you X-ray APC now, the guys who are having sway are those ones that at the time the worst of us, I mean the worst of them. So by the time Tinubu continue, right? Again, that will further annihilate good. And this, the ones who say good, where say get a public positive image, it will drive them come out. Who did not get any position, it will now drive them to PDP ahead of 2031. And the goal will be to turn the Nigerian people against APC as evil. Of course, with all the evidence there, they don't need to speak too much grammar. So now, Peter Obi can form a opposition party called Obidient Political Opposition Movement, because they will just be opposition come 2027. I don't know. Let me see if share. Nah. I'm trying to see if they will still get the same relevance or power they have now. Even though on the long run, I don't know. I'm trying to look at the existing example right there. Showore is another good example of what you are saying, right? Showore come in. Just look at Showore momentum in 2009, right? 19, sorry. He was not able to adopt a party. I will argue that if I adopted a party like the way Obi did, it will have a better momentum out in that what pans out. I know. Somebody like Poligo doesn't no, they say no, do another. I agree. Now, Showore said I agree to that. That's why I formed AAC. Now you now look at AAC as a party. It's pretty much even the momentum that the movement gave him before the party is not even there no more. But it is his future is more assured than just ordinary movement. That's the good part about it. That's what I'm saying about you talking the issue. But on the other hand, on what you are saying, obedience. Don't forget the word obedience is synonymous with obey himself. So if you are building a political party with that same name, what happened after Obi era? Obi go be one way or the other. Obi will be done. He go play politics. He go win, lose, or what? He go old. He won't be functioning again, or death come at his one time ago. So Obi will not be here forever in a nutshell. So what happened? You change the name of the party to what? The person that will be the leader of the party now. So I don't know. There is a need for them to form a political party. Okay, but I think Obi's secret lies in his movement. When I say secret, because other his competitors now, his competitor for me is beyond Tinubu and Atiku. Those are no longer his competitors. His competitors are Konkozo, Wike, Akpabio, El-Rufai, Ribadu, Zulum, all the 36 governors. Them those are his. Those are the means as of them. Those are his competitors, right? Because those two old guys are going out, so he will still be here. He will not be the target. The old guy, based on what? Based on his political currency, 6 million numbers. That's solid. His experience, he's been a governor before his years. He's been around, so he will be the target of these other people. So if he know at this point, the only thing we could save at that movement, the only thing we could keep on for the competition at the movement, because any political party we ain't go now is going to be building on other people's investment, and we know how dangerous that is. So it's neither here or there what you are talking about, but it can be done. It can be done anyway. You create a political party around the movement now, but it has to be seen as it has to be envisioned. It has to be built around a vision that is beyond Obi's era. Showore is a good option, but he is losing his flair. His problem is he is making himself look antagonistic by consistently attacking Obi. If Showore doesn't change, his attraction will. But no, that's the point. You are seeing it from outside. Put yourself in the arena. Put yourself as a contender. I tell you, say, Obi's competitor, those one we go see him as the big man in the house, in the arena, is the like of the Showore. So it's only ideal to take shot at Obi all the time to get better, because everything seems to be on his side. The media is on his side. The power, the people, the group in power. So the attention he's gaining, you can only tag along or tap from it. So that's what Showore is doing. Again, you have to understand Showore's game. Showore is playing the long time game, and there's a reason why he has to do that. Why? Because who is Showore? Is nobody. I'm not saying that to underrate him. No, I'm just saying that from the reality of things and who he is competing with. He's not coming from any political family. He's not coming from any royalty. He's not from a billionaire home. He is as low as you can get, but he has able to put his name into the conversation of those that had it handed to them. So he understands his foundation. You understand his journey ahead that is still very far because of the resources that is not available to him. So How do you make sure you keep staying in the conversation, even though you don't have the money? Because to keep staying in the conversation, media to keep talking about you, you have to be very controversial or you get money to pay, aka article. It's not controversial, it's not doing anything, but it's always on the news. Why? He has it made. Not to they sort all the media house every now and then. Same thing with Tinubu before he run for president. After a governorship, they share for everywhere, but it's always on the news. He has the resources. Sure, they don't have that. So what do? You go after the people who are making the news. You go after them. Be a pain in their house. So that anytime they talk about them, they talk about you. But again, it's a long time game. By the time Atiku is gone, Tinubu is gone, politically speaking, then the next gang, the Showore's, the Kwonkwosos, that is those who are in their 60s now. After them, now the Showore's, but the Showore's no one agree. You understand? So it's an expensive game that if you don't have the resources to keep saying the news, you just have to have the madness. Now go hear me by force. Just like Deliveroo to me. Does he have money to promote his book? but overnight. So you just have, there's so many ways to look at this thing since you are not, but the closest you can get to what you think is going on is to put yourself in the arena. What will you do? How will you approach the game? Knowing the players who are already there in the arena. So you strategize along that route. No, I disagree with you. Showore has to be careful with that. Focus on ideological indoctrination, not personal attack. My brother, now you just again. You just listen first. Just time for everything. Showore doesn't have, get the resources to do what you say you should be doing. Guy, if you ain't go that route, nobody go hear him. The big boss will put money, saying men nobody they carry in news again. Now only Shawara reporters will they carry his own news. How far? So you know understand, say this is a game, like this is literally now war. It's a long time game. He doesn't have the money to play cool, calm. He doesn't have it. If not, nobody will know him. As I said, it's not coming from, just look at his foundation. It's nobody, right? That became somebody. So how did he become somebody? Now the same strategy of attack, going after those who are making the news. It's something you have to learn. Go after those who are making the news. You end up being in the news, or you end up being there, or you disappear. That's the choice you have. Unless you have the resources to keep yourself in the news. It's a game of popularity. Ideology, yes, ideology now, it will come when you are in a position whereby people will not just follow you, they will put their sweat and blood on you because they are seeing their own gain too in you. Right now, nobody go put money on show with the way they know, say, men, wait they go get there before him. He knows that. So, but how do they keep saying the news? Just go after the people who are making the news. This is no brainer. No brainer. No brainer. I say, who you want to talk about? Which ideology you want said? Which money you get to get people to listen to you? You're dealing with human being. Which I want to tell the story where you know get something they follow up. Nobody go listen to you. You think if Obi, you think Obi is everywhere on everybody's lip because now just say in nice, or yes, he had it figured out. No, it is because he put himself in a position whereby there are billionaires out there who are saying, you know what, that guy, if that guy go there, himself, you understand? They put in their resources where their mouth is. So that is what we are talking about. I talked about yesterday. The correlation, there's a correlation between electability and campaign money. If nobody believes that you go feel win election today, nobody go invest in you. It's a business. You understand? Obi popularity keep growing because people are investing their resources, and that is because they believe in him, and that because he's closer to power than every other person at this point. So Showore, they play long time game, right? So after 2027 come, nothing for them. And he go see they continue. 2031, that ideology way they talk, that thing way they expect for them, so he go begin doing small by joining a force with like minds or people who are slightly different. Now they dey close. People don't say, okay, in the next also years, this guy and I go, you understand? Until that point, for now, he has to be doing what he's doing. It's working for him. If he's attacking the right thing, what would it be the right thing? The right thing is anything that is in the news, anybody that is in the news. And again, you keep saying that because you approach things from black and white, good or bad. No problem. But Showore is attacking any Tom, Dick, and Harry. So he won't attack anyone when he gets power. No. Why did he talk like that's in a game? Obi, don't forget Obi is coming from a very privileged. He entered the game of presidential the presidential game from a very lofty point of view, from very starting point. It was the chairman of a bank. That's as best as you can get at the private sector in Nigeria. End up becoming executive of a state. That's as best as you can start as a politician in Nigeria. So, of course, his utterances, the way he carried himself is going to be different because already people have already invested in him in so many ways. He has a base. He has a structure that those people interest now money. No be me and you where they see they look for person will be Christian, person will be Muslim, person will they sabi speak English, person will they be nice. No, those guys don't give a fuck about that. Those who are give a fuck, how do you protect my interest? How do I get wealthier? And getting wealthier, protecting interest has nothing to do with how good looking you are, how well spoken you are, how short or fast you can. You got a heart to get shit done. So as time goes on, right? When the coast begin clear for round, show where they go. Old age go see come too now. You understand? So it's playing for me. I mean, that's my own view. That's my own reading of him, of what he's doing. So you got in order for you to stay in the conversation, you have to go after what is in the news. You understand? So unfortunately for him, Obi is always on the news. I mean, who no be if I run for presidency, so which is mean no go after Obi because that's the only way. If I talk anything about Obi, at least 100 people, 1,000 people will respond to me from all the platform, from everywhere. That's a good thing, regardless of what they say. So just see it from that point. Like if I want to use American politics as an example, people they teaching that Donald Trump now be the first person to come with that kind of rhetoric. They link on what's it called? Ibrahim. I say Ibrahim. Lincoln himself no be gentleman. Those guys they carry knife and shotgun for pocket. They were fucking radical. They fight every fucking chance they get. They know they fuck around. at the initial stage because they were young and vibrant. Abraham Lincoln. So now you have to know where you are. You know where the game did. Then you know how to enter. Now you say wait till show go do a game in your life. You can't do anything. You will keep running for president till you die. Same thing with Obi. So you need to know where you dey. if you now because Konkoso, if you pay attention to Konkoso's style too last year, now stubborn guy compared to his contemporary around started from that region. Remember when he refused to attend the Northern Forum, whatever they do in Kaduna, he refused to attend Babag. He was stubborn and he know why. He knows it. No matter how he has to play different. Because no matter even do all this way that they do, he no go see win. So he knows it as time goes on. By 2031, he no get choice. Right? But even in this election, he no get choice. Any small gathering where they organize for not, he will be the first person to sign up. The way they could talk about it will change. Now normal. Because now he knows okay, I am closer by everything. Because it's coming towards our side. I am a little bit more popular. All those things will have to come into play. So he will adjust to the tone of the time. So consider Konkoso, it seems strategically smart to me. Konkoso has an ideology in the north, but attacking people, Konkoso is smart. I don't like Konkoso, but unlike again, you are the fact that you have this belief towards Showore, Miss is doing well because you seems to forget where in they come from, his starting point. The Konkosos can afford to move what you consider to be smart because of the position they already found themselves. You understand? They don't build their way into that point. See, this guy, this Showore shoots straight from the ghetto. He shot from the trenches. It never happened before. Now you are talking about the political king like Tinubu. Before you talk, finish 2, 3, 4, 5 statements, you go push over there. You are talking. You are when you are talking about politicians like Atiku who have been playing at the highest level, at the presidential level since 1993. All of a sudden, when you are talking about him, you are talking about Showore. You are talking about people like Obi, who built their way from private structure to the top of the echelon of private sector. Dive into politics, started at executive level. When they talk about that, you talk about people like Showore. Who is Showore? Now just student union leader who founded the news organization BOM already. We are putting him in the same center with presidential candidates who come from royalty of every sense of the world. People like them, Prince Adeboye, Adewale, them. Those are royalty as you can get. Them Ado Ibrahim of Kugi, those are royalty as you can get. Then you talk about money bags. Then we come from everywhere. So you have to recognize that before you appreciate what we are waiting in the door. Is shooting straight from the street. And all of a sudden, if you call presidential, he is at the conversation of the top of the nation. Just check it out. So we seem to forget the journey where they prepare all these guys they come. That they did not get to where they are today. The sacrifice has to be made. Either you get money or they burn you into the process. You understand? You can't. They talk about them Saraki, who are born into royalty as best as it gets. Everything they get, they pretty much offer to them in terms of public portfolio. But you can hardly talk about them today. But yeah, you are, me and you there. We're trying to make sense of it, Showore's way of doing things at the presidential level. So at times, in order to actually appreciate what these people are doing or how far they've come, regardless of the position they are now in terms of ranking, how would they rank them, you need to put yourself in their situation. They say, come, like play. Oh. 2020, 2020, if 2020, 2010, the next issue will be saying Nasa reporter, we go Bab Mohawk, go dress like a person will be as you said, understand anything. They was chasing after the criminals under good luck government. Stand still with them, then Sanusi them. The tell you today, we go put the projector to maybe one day presidency there in front. You go believe. So it's just there's always there's always many ways to look at these people. So I there's no better way you could have done to do what he did to get where he is today. I don't think there's another better way, unless you kiss their ass, talk good stories about the same people that we and you disagree with. That's another easy way, right? You could have tailored Sarah reporters to be glorifying them, the people in power. That would have gotten in here too. But then me and you no go respect them. See, I'm getting it wrong. Okay, look, show what it does has a huge potential, even more than Konkoso. I am just saying he should tweak it. I like that. Tweak it like Obidient, tweak his strategy a bit. It's not just one way. Yeah, now you the rush him now. I get what you are saying. What you are, I'm not saying what I'm saying. Factor the times and the players in the games in, then you can see that his approach makes sense. Now, 10 years from now, right? 10 years from now, if we see they maintain the same energy, because 10 years from now, there will not be Tunubu, there will not be Atik, all the people in the tag as criminal are no longer to be there. Obi himself, they call him criminal, but he will be on his way out. His strategy will change because the people he will be competing with are people who are in the same level in terms of age and experience with them. In fact, nine they will come they see as a corrupt man. They go say he use this idea of say in media that they come up, bring Buhari, come up, so it will come to play against him in real time when people who understand how things actually played out are in the same arena with him. It will be a different goal game. He is shooting from outside the arena to shot his way in. If you now expect him to change, is not going to be where he is now. I agree with what you are saying. He has hot potential, but how did you see that potential in him if not the strategy that he's using? I agree you need to tweak it, but I think it's not the time to tweak it yet. Especially when the people that he started it with are still very much in charge of things. Which you want making the talk now when Tinubu, who he has been calling criminal for the past 20 years, is still in power. Obasanjo is still there. You understand? So how do you want him to tweak? It will tweak it when there's no Obasanjo to insult again. There's no Tinubu to insult. There's no Atiku to insult. Now you have to be nice to Obi because Obi at that time maybe it will be the president at that time. Either you be nice to him or you annihilate him to get more. It depends on how the government of Obi is playing out at that time. Now we're having a conversation for the sake of it, right? So as at that time that when you look around, even the Konkoso is on his way that you cannot insult him. So the people that you will be competing with at that point, all you know about them is the competence, is what they've achieved. Not how they stole, unless only the family or those that work under those that stole directly and you know about it and they want competing with you. So time and players, you also have to put them on the table. Don't just look at him alone. You don't like the way in the shoe, but ask yourself why in they do it in they do. But first of all, how did they get this far? It got to this far because of this waiting they do so. Now you expect you now expect him to tweak it a little bit, which is fine. But again, ask yourself, the way it start, that energy way it start, the people that energy was directed to, are still very more active. In fact, they are more active than how he started. You understand? So the players are no longer there anymore. Just like put America election into contest here, right? Democrats focus on Donald Trump single-handedly for the past 8 years. Guess what? The money will be gone. You understand? Even if he goes in there on the backside, they have to tweak it there because it's going to be a new card. So show what they no see new person. And I see the same old people. They are just tweaking around, moving around. The same thing. So if he change, you know, we get he will lose a lot. He will lose more. Don't forget, say, then no, all this media is not going to talk to Ramo. When he first started, just go back to 2019. This them about it, they don't want to talk to Ram. All them AIT, ITV, they don't want to talk to Ram. Like they don't want to interview Ram because they were angry with him, saying he can't disrupt their industry. He make them very incompetent. We thought he was revealing through Sahara reporters. He make all the Nigerian journalists very incompetent. They diverse for that, they beef him. So you have to understand there's a lot that is playing out here. So if you want to be on the news, you have to do it just like Trump. Trump was advising was it Nick or some Nick Yedi or somebody? He said once in a while you just gotta just give it to the media. Just give them something. Yeah, so and again, don't forget the show within a media 9B. If you answer anything that it can be said, I am an expert. It's the media. And they are dangerous. They are next to lawyers in the political arena. Lawyers are the most dangerous. Followed by the media. One can argue media has the final law. Media be the now they can make and destroy, but now people own the media. So he knows the game. Trust me. Until me, the able see the show will be a serious. Not that it will be a serious. He will be a threat. He will be a threat in the game from 2035. From 2025, 2039. I ain't go there. Maybe now. But he should keep whining. It's good for him. It's good for the game. It's good for the polity. Well, I'm gonna like, share now. I'm gonna like, share, and subscribe. So we've been here for, let's see, we've been here for almost 4 hours, 3 hours 45 minutes, and within that 3 hours 45 minutes, but over 300 people, 304 people to be precise, has come through the channel. Out of that 304, only 13 people has hit the like button. So if you haven't done that, shame on you. If you have done that, shame on you. Just say thank you. I appreciate you guys. Let's see what's on the news. If just anything came out before. But with progress come with more responsibility. If obedience are accepting the role of the main opposition force or party. They should understand that there's going to be more, the attack is going to be more vicious, and the more is expected from them. So our president was in Ghana to deliver a speech. Let's see, to attend the inauguration of John, which is they call that man, John Mahama. And I think there's a headline flying around how John Mahama glitch, I be Golfers, I be Miss Yan when he was trying to address our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu during his inauguration speech. He said, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, president of Ghana, instead of president of Nigeria, and so you begin seeing how that will become a thing in our headlines. Nigerian President Bola Tinubu, let me read the speech that he gave in Ghana. It was a good when a friend and brother can visit the home of a close neighbor to celebrate his success and progress within. We celebrate African democracy today as Ghana and our beloved people mark the transition from one democratic government to another. This movement does more than symbolizes another milestone in the evolution of Ghanaian democratic society. It lays to bed the question of whether Ghana and Africa are capable of democratic and productive endeavor. See, what I talked earlier on when I first started. We spend the first 60 years of the nationhood trying to justify to a group of people that we can actually live together in a den. That's bullshit. And we wonder why we are not making any progress, because the focus is not to progress or to advance our civilization. The focus is to say, I can live with my neighbor, to the what? To the amusement of a stranger that don't give a shit about you. So that's exactly what I see in this statement. It reinforces. You see, it laid to bed the question of whether Ghana and Africans are capable of democratic, productive endeavor. Like, seriously? Right? Ghana have answered that question resoundly. It is time that Africa critiqued, stop forgetting the strides your nation. Shut up. Nigeria and others have made by continuing to ask us to prove ourselves. Now you won't prove the person wrong. Now, if somebody say you do this and you won't do them, don't blame the person. I blame you. Right? I ain't come to this world to prove anybody wrong or right. You said I'm stupid. Yeah, you're right. And if I know why I say, if I know the reason you said I'm stupid, I'll keep doing it so that you can be more right. I ain't come to this fucking world to say, oh, no, that's too wishing of a goddamn time. Time ain't not just money. Time is life. Now, Nigerians and others have made by continuing to ask to prove ourselves. We have nothing to prove to anyone except ourselves. We have found the critical path to our success. We shall lift our nation out of poverty and build a resilient economy at our own pace. Nigga, you were fucking just in Brazil begging, throwing every Nigeria under the bus and begging for fucking food. Like, seriously. You call us not the brag. What would they applaud? Say you are being brave. Congratulations, sir. You are brave. Today, I am here not only as the president of Nigeria, but also as an African in resolute support for Ghana and our people. This movement is a source of pride and honor for you to the entire continent and in diaspora. The sun is out and the sky says delight. But I see today a black star rising high in the African sky. This black star shines over its nation and its rays spreads across its continent with a sense of shared history, hope, passion, unity, and devotion to our common welfare. While others may seek to demean Africans and keep brother pitted against brother, that shining star reminds us of who we are. Better yet, it reminds us of who we can be. That star means that we shall always try to work together, Even when we disagree, we shall dialogue and discuss until we reach an agreement. Never, never shall we harm others, and never allow my outsider to hurt us or disrupt the unity for which so many of our heroes gave their sweat, blood, and every life to achieve. All these people, they can't mind where they get shot. I mean, like, nigga, you were just fucking handling sanction to Niger at the order of DC. Like, wow. I know just like, well, make us say I know understand, but man, just human being are fucking different, man. The spirit of Ghana first president, Osaye for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, is here today, lifting that star higher and higher. Just as Ghana draw inspiration and a well of strength from Kwame Nkrumah and many of its party leaders, Nigeria similarly draw inspiration from its founding father, who not only fought for her independence, but also cherished the close relationship between our two nations. May we always walk in the ways and the spirit of these enlightened leaders. Ghana is in a harmony with that spirit, and President John Mahama's inauguration today reflects that. Your new president is a man of patriotic vision and substance. He loves his nation and his people to the core. He believes that your nation has a mission and intent for you all to fulfill it. No one can ask more of a leader than that. President John Mahama and I share a deep friendship. My dear brother, I am here to work with you. You know you can count on Nigerian support and goodwill whenever needed. We are your brothers and sisters. The bond is strong and cannot be broken. May your administration be a profound success and progress for you Ghanaians and our entire region. I am confident that the new government, under the leadership of President John Mahama, will work with Nigeria to strengthen this powerful bond, leading to greater shared prosperity for our people. I have no doubt that your administration will bring about positive change and progress. Your accession to power should also mark a new and vigorous momentum in pursuing sub-regional integration and progress. With less focus, we can tackle our problem. We can tackle our people's most pressing concern: poverty, youth unemployment, instability, insurgency, and many other problems hampering our desired progress. May Ghana's democracy continue to grow stronger. May progress and prosperity be your portion. Let us all look forward to a future filled with hope, opportunity, and prosperity. God bless Ghana and its beloved people. God bless Nigeria and its beloved people. God bless ECOWAS. God bless our beloved Africa. I thank you for your kind attention. That is your president, to whom you should be proud of, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let's see what we have here. We don't do like 3 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours, 45 minutes. So, might call it a close for this section. What time is it? It's gonna be 2, but then we'll be here by 4 in the next 2 or 3 hours to take on another conversation. Until that time, thank you for your time. Like, share, subscribe.